Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Harry A. Gamble Pavilion here in Storrs, Connecticut, where tonight we have Game 1 of our SimWorld TV SimWorld U doubleheader. It's a non-conference match between two unranked teams as the Rutgers Scarlet Knights coming to town to face the UConn Huskies. I'm B-Ron, and joining me tonight is Rico. Rico, good to have you here with me for the first time, my friend.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ben. I'm with a legend here, so hopefully I just am able to catch the lobs tonight and finish at the rim.
Hey, don't worry, I will set you up like prime Stockton to Malone. I got you, my friend. I got you, my friend. It's good to be here with you, man. Our first time working a game together. This one, we got a good one here. Two teams that are on little mini win streaks here, 2 games in a row for both sides. Rutgers entering 6-4. UConn entering 8-6 on the season. Both coming off wins. Scarlet Knights beat New Mexico last night 71-51, while the Huskies ended up taking down Michigan 92-86 back on January 9th. And opening tip goes to Scarlet Knights. We'll set the table there starting first. Marion Goodyear, Dylan Harper, Marion Mitchell, Jermaine Owens, and Justin Solomon starting 5 for the Scarlet Knights. And for the Huskies, as good defense all there from Malcolm Oliver playing the center spot. And you got Hassan Abdallah, Jacene Hutcherson, Booba Morgan, Norman Nations, and Freed Redmond at small forward. 5 for both sides there. And the big name matchup in this one is Dylan Harper and Freed Redmond. Both of these kids stars coming out of high school in their respective in the SimWorld Prep League when they played down there, and even Harper both outside of prior to coming to the SimWorld Prep last few seasons ago. So these guys are both future potential top picks in the draft. Well, Harper anyway, right now projected top 5 pick. While Freed Redmond is hanging out in that second round range, but he has potential to be in that same kind of range as well, in my opinion, as Dylan Harper, as both teams have scored their first 2 baskets of the game.
Yeah, and you know what, with Harper, I mean, you can definitely see the potential with him. I mean, that 6'6", that size, that frame, I mean, it screams success. I know I've been seeing that maybe the ceiling for him is Chauncey Billups, the floor could be Larry Hughes. Great guy, actually played for the Philadelphia 76ers back in the day. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think that, when you look at Redmond, I just think it's consistency with him. I think that is the real issue when I've watched a couple of these games, consistency.
Yeah, he has struggled with his consistency so far. He's a sophomore. He is leading the team in scoring, 16.8 points per game, and he's getting about 30 minutes per game. So he's getting a lot of run time out there on the floor. But like I said, just hasn't been consistent in now his second season, and this is a UConn team that has made it to 3 straight national championship games. Ended up losing the one last season to Miami, who was struggling this season, as we all know. But if UConn wants to get their 3rd national title, they're going to have a lot of work to do to get back to that point. And I know we're talking long pictures of foul on Nation. Tom's going to have the foul called on him. Nation's going to go to the free throw line. But I know we're talking long-term, that down-the-road picture here. But do you think that the Huskies can put it together and get back to a 4th national championship game and win their 3rd?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's possible. At this point in time, you talked about it at the top, that they're on a 2-game winning streak, but it's a tough conference that they're in. You got Butler, who's ranked 12th. You've got Georgetown at 16, St. John's at 14. So, I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle for them, and Villanova at 8. And so, I think that they're going to be battle tested for sure. So when they get into, hoops area, I mean, they can certainly make some noise and maybe possibly win it. It's just a matter of just putting it all together as they get ready to go into conference play.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If they can put it together, they'll be fine. But I don't know as of right now, because look at some of the teams at the top. You talked about your Duke, your Alabamas, your Kentuckys. I'm really unsure if this team can really compete with those teams. The Harper pass inside, great speed inside to Demarion Mitchell. And there's the assistant bucket there. Rutgers takes the lead right back. Didn't last very long. UConn being in the lead there.
Yeah, you can tell right now. I think that both teams are really kind of in a fill-out process here. That was a nice little play right there. But I think right now that both teams are still getting loose, still trying to figure out what is going to be maybe the matchup that they want to really attack. And so I like it so far in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, and speaking of matchups and things like that, let's talk keys to victory. What are your keys to victory for Rutgers tonight?
Yeah, for Rutgers, I think it's going to have to start with Harper. With his 19.7 points a game, he's just to pretty much do it all for this team. And then also, too, with Goodyear as well. I think that those two players are going to have to play well. That was a nice play, too. And I think for UConn, it's going to be just putting it together, I think, defensively for them, because you know that you have two of the better players coming at you pretty much all night. So I want to see defensively, are they going to be able to be up for the challenge?
Yeah, that is going to be challenging for both sides for sure. And I'm really I don't want to use the word interest, but we use the word a lot. I'm really excited to see how it all works out. Great rebound on the glass there from Oliver. Could not finish though on a second chance. And Rutgers the other way with the pass in the corner for three. No good there. Yikes. Not the outcome you want there if you're Marion Goodyear. Not the shot you want to see go up and have it end like that.
Yeah, but you know what? He's going to be a focal point of the offense today. And like I said, you're going to miss, or I should say, you're going to miss 1,000 shots that you don't take early off into the game. So I don't have an issue with him being aggressive early.
Yeah, I think being aggressive early is fine. It's okay with what you want to do. Get in the defender's heads. And Norman Naismith puts that in the back of Rutgers' heads as well. The kid can shoot. You saw him do it down in high school, and he's bringing it up here to UConn. And Norman Nations, I think, he also has potential to be I want to say maybe top 15 kind of guy, but maybe that's me kind of reveling away to the high school and seeing it carry over. As there's a three answer from Rutgers on that side, as Justin Solomon not going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, that was a defensive lapse, and we know that Justin Solomon can absolutely shoot the basketball, and so that's the wrong person that you want to leave open. So you got to know your personnel.
Yeah, absolutely the wrong person you want to leave open. His numbers don't indicate it right now. He's shooting 22.8% from the field and 22% from deep. But he definitely can knock it down if you give him the opportunity to. And there's a poor pass from Redmond that you picked off.
And that's
what
I was going to say. That's what scares me with Rutgers, because I know they have a top-heavy team to me, but I think it's going to be the others really for them if they're going to make a deep run this year. And I think that is maybe one of the things that I want to see as they continue to get really battle-tested as the season goes along. Do they have other contributions other than the big two on this team?
Yeah, and you're always going to need other guys to step up. I say it all the time. You can have the most talented 1-2 punch in the league, but if one or both of you are off, someone else has to step up.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's kind of really just, like I said, the real question mark when I look at this roster. It's going to have to be the others to step up. Somebody else is going to have to do the heavy lifting, because you know there's going to be foul trouble. There's going to be nights where you're just not on. And it's the ability to make these adjustments, especially when you get into tournament time. You don't have too much time to make adjustments when you're in tournament-style play.
Absolutely not. It's one and done in those scenarios here, and Owens there, 0 for 2 from the line that time. Normally a decent free throw shooter, I'd say, 62%. He's above 50%. In my opinion, that's good. But hey, big guys historically, don't shoot free throws all well. And Owens, nothing doing there on his first one there, first time line there. Redmond had his shot clock winding down, jumper, midi, good.
Well, that was a nice one right there. I mean, that was actually pretty good defense, because the hand was in the face though, but he got to his spot. It was great rhythm to it, and good follow through too. Nice shot.
Redmond always had a pretty nice looking form on his shot, and saw the result of it there. In the mid-range is not bad. As freed Redmond on that one.
And that's the thing. He's shown he can do it. It's just the consistency with him. And so if he does get that, I think the sky's the limit for him. But you see the potential in what he could possibly do for you.
Yeah, and as I said, right now, Redmond coming in as a projected second-round pick as a sophomore. So, provided he decides to stay and up his draft stock for next season, like we've heard DJ Child's going to be doing for the coming season, which personally I think it's a good idea. I was a fan of that even before that was even a discussion personally because of how he's played this season. He's very talented and way too talented, in my opinion, to be a second-round pick, DJ Child, in my opinion. And again, same goes for Redmond.
Yeah, I mean, that's why an added year, at SWU, I think could definitely help both of their games as far as, raising the draft stock. And it's okay to come back another year. We've seen players that have done that, and they've taken off after that. There's nothing wrong with taking an extra year.
No, nothing wrong with it, especially with the way, college sports are working now with the VIL and all that stuff. That is a three from the corner, a little short off the side of the rim there for the Huskies. That was Finian Terrell who took that one, did not fall from Harper. Tried his luck, but gets stripped.
Cookies.
And UConn the other way. Sullivan, big body, big point. 14-9.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, too. I've watched Solomon before. He is a guy that can certainly finish big, and that's exactly what you wanted to see. And that was nice to really make that adjustment on the transition like that with no rebounders there. So it's pretty good confidence.
Yeah, and we'll see what changes are made after the break here, folks. I'm right back.
Yo, it's your boy. Check out Talking Dirty with me so we can catch up on prep news and some more sport. You know the deal. Holla at your boy. See the game? Be the game.
Welcome back, everyone. 14-9, UConn out in front here in front of their home crowd. And we talk about all the time, Rico. There's so much good stuff here we have for everyone on SimWorld TV. We got SimWorld Today starting in the morning, always starting off your day with SimWorld Today at 8 a.m. in the morning. We have other various shows. We got Hard in the Paint. We've got your show, Clutch Time, going on now. We've got my quick hits that go throughout periodically. There's so much stuff here for you all in SimWorld that we'd love to bring to you all, and want to see you tune into that stuff as you're tuning into the game right now. We appreciate you being a part, and like CJ always says, take it as you will. Check that out too. as we give back the game action here.
That's what it's all about. So, definitely keeping the network filled with great content. So, definitely make sure that you watch these shows for sure, guys.
Absolutely. As we get down to almost 10 minutes left here in the first half of play, anything that stuck out to you so far throughout the first almost 10 minutes?
Yeah, you know what?
Ref on the glass when he cut you off, Rico. Sorry. They're on the glass there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that both teams still in that filling out process, and, I think that UConn is trying to maybe loosen it up a little bit, but that was a great play right there.
Wow. Jermaine Owens with the snatch block. That is insane. Woo. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I mean, he's pretty elite. I think he's fourth in blocks, if I'm not mistaken here. So, yeah, this guy is the guy that defensively, because, I love defense, and so this guy defensively is a guy that certainly can get it done for you.
And there's a big shot in the corner from Cuddy Zoe, another one of these freshmen on the Scarlet Knights squad. Good 19 minutes per game, shooting 20% from deep. That one made count in all the ways possible as it ties the game back up. Sullivan now deep in the post, gives it off to Hutcherson. Hutcherson gets that one rejected. I'm pretty sure I got it in right that time. I remember when I was calling one of their games earlier, I was calling it everything but Hutcherson. Hutchinson, everything else but his name. I got it right that time. Unfortunately, it came on a block, but got it right.
It's all good, man. But I was going to say that was a great shot. But you know what? Rutgers is having the ability right now. They keep getting this corner three. That's twice that we saw that play. Once to the opposite side of the floor, and then to the other side, just the possession of those. So I don't know what it is where UConn's getting lost, but they're leaving shooters open in the corner pocket or something.
Yeah, and you can't do that, especially in college basketball. Shooters more times than not will make you pay, and Rutgers is one of those teams that can make you pay when they take those threes, because they're top 25 in three-point percentage as a team.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. They know how they want to get you, and I think that's just a tribute to to their offensive execution and getting to the spots that they want to get to.
Hutcherson tries look but gets rejected. Another one rejected. Back-to-back blocks. Both of them courtesy of Tyrone Snyder, the former originator in Simro Prep, making a play right there. In his high school days, we've seen him tear that defense over. Elisa Dodge somewhere is smiling proud of one of her former kids making a big play like that. Hutcherson continuing to attack, and this time, just like the last few times, rejected. It's been out of bounds. And the Huskies will retain possession here. Sub Harper will exit the game, among others.
I was going to say, Rutgers doing a great job right now, just making it tough for UConn inside. I've loved how they've gotten bigger with their length as they try to attack the basket. That's even a difficult shot right there. That was a great contest and way to get back into the play after a good move from the offensive player there.
And Miles Akins a little bit. Oh, look out there. Look out in the front row. As that one comes the fans' way. Nice catch over there. They never was in a contract or something, but and Miles Akins there, like you said, a difficult shot to make off balance like that. That's with the defense being there in the way and not to deter, which is really what's about on defense, in my opinion, really. Orland Mock trying to hold it down there, unable to that time as Hutcherson does score that time.
You know what? And the difference there was Hutchinson attacked the defender's body, right? And so when he did that, got him off balance, got to his side, made the play.
And making a play that time, we had Cedric Sandelin scoring that one for the Scarlet Knights. It's a 2-point lead. This one there's a seesaw back and forth between 2 points for the last few possessions here, and that ties it up right there for UConn.
Yeah, that was a nice, that was hit the weight room right there. I like that Euro, got the defender off of him, and a nice finish for contact.
Love it to see it there. Now, as Rutgers spins around the perimeter here, Canyon, ball possession. Continue to work the ball around, trying to find something here. Shot clock Down to 4 seconds. Got to get up quickly. Great cut behind and back door and the finish.
That was beautiful offense. I love the sequences where they kept running a lot of down screens and then they finally got the back cutting action that they wanted. Definitely the activities picked up with Rutgers. Great ball movement, player movement on that last possession.
Yeah, I love the activity that we saw in that last possession there from Rutgers. We say it all the time, Rico. Basketball is a game of runs, yes, but it's also a game of movement. And that is a prime reason why movement is so important in basketball right there, because that basket doesn't happen if Sandlin isn't cutting back door off of that screen.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. In today's game, it's so much ISO ball, right? Because everybody wants to just individually be able to attack, but you can make it a lot easier, as you just talked about, just moving without the basketball. And the basketball finds you in a favorable situation, and that's exactly what Rutgers was able to do there.
Exactly. It's like in any sport. The ball will find you, especially whether you're ready for it or not. But, you know, you put yourself in a good position by doing what Sandlin did on that, just constantly moving around without the ball.
He finally lost his defender back here. So, again, good action off the screen roll. Let's see what they can do with it.
Unable to score that time is Sandlin, but they will get a second chance as Nation commits his first foul of the contest. And you see him not happy about the foul call, but it doesn't matter. Instead, we'll see Demarion Mitchell onto the line for Scarlet Knights. Mitchell, a senior, one of only 2 seniors on the Scarlet Knights squad. Mitchell and Sandlin, the 2 seniors. He's from Lakehurst, New Jersey. He does get the first one to go, and pretty good shooter here from the line as well as Mitchell. 66% from the free throw line.
You know what, but he's got one of the better field goal percentages on the team at 57.1%. And so that just indicates that he understands, you know, where to get into spaces and knock down some good shots that he's comfortable with. I think a lot of times you see players that settle for shots they're not necessarily comfortable with. He's the exact opposite. So you love that about him.
Yeah, it's one thing to have to score all the points, yeah, but if you can shoot, again, 50+% in a game, taking smart shots, even if they don't all fall down. Smart shots are better than taking 4 shots and putting your team in a hole.
Right, it's efficiency, right? Because even if you're taking some good shots and they miss, there's a good chance for an offensive rebound versus if you're taking bad shots, long rebounds, teams on the run. There's a lot of different things that can go wrong there if you're taking bad shots.
Yeah, exactly. You want to avoid those at all costs. And there's a good shot right there, but it gets rejected. There is a foul, though, on that. Sullivan is hit with the foul call. How about the pass inside to set that up, though?
Yeah, and see, I loved how he was able to hold on to the basketball in traffic, but more importantly, this goes back to what we've been talking about, is just the player movement has been fantastic. I loved how he gave him a little slip screen, goes back door. Even though it gets blocked, he gets to the foul line. So great activity once more from Rutgers.
Tyrone Snyder at the line. Missing the first one there. Snyder, sophomore on the Scarlet Knights squad. Shooting 58% from the free throw line this season. And he's getting a decent amount of minutes here, 19.4 averaging per game.
That is a pretty good amount of minutes. I mean, certainly he's going to be a huge part of what they're going to do. But he's definitely got to make some free throws, because as these games get tight, you got to be able to make teams pay if they're going to send you to the line.
Exactly. Let's see if the game's going to continue to hang around this, 4 or 6 2-point range here, because it was a little bit bigger of a lead earlier at one point for UConn, but Rutgers was able to find back in this one, and they've held the lead now for the past few minutes here, and UConn hasn't done a good job of really getting it back. That's not going to help either, as that short jumper falls from Goodyear.
Yeah, and see, it looks like that Rutgers, everything that they're running is with a purpose, and they continue to get players into some great spots. And so even though defensively UConn was there, he was shot ready, great pass right into his shooting pockets, nothing but that.
exactly how they draw it up, Rico. Exactly how they draw it up. Now there's a screen for Nations. Nations does get a little bit of space, not enough to finish the first time. Second time, no. That one also no good. Abdallah unable to come up with points as the scoring drought continues for the Huskies here. They're looking rattled offensively here the last few possessions, Rico.
Yeah, they seem to be continuing to just kind of throw stuff up at the basket. It doesn't seem like they're trying to work the ball around the perimeter a little bit and maybe open it up for some outside jump shots, because we know that UConn can hit them, but for whatever reason, they seem reluctant right now to set that up.
Yep. But you know what? We're not reluctant to take a break. We're going to do that. Come right back, folks.
See the game, be the game.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Be careful, my right arm's broken!
Welcome back, everyone. Rutgers out in front, 25-18. It was getting good for UConn earlier in the first half. Spirits were high. Now, not so much. They have hit a wall, especially offensively. But really, both sides of the ball, Rico, they have struggled the last two possessions. Trying to stop Rutgers with their motion on offense, and then when UConn had the ball offensively, like you said, they haven't been active in taking those smartest shots. And that's been the big bugaboo here in the first half so far as we wind up down.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been disappointed with Norman Nation. I mean, he started off pretty well, and then it seems like the well is dry now. So they got to get back to what they were doing earlier. He's got 6 points in this one, but more importantly, he's 50% from downtown, 1 of 2, and so that just suggests that you've got to run some more actions and get them some more touches. Maybe that's the spark that UConn needs.
Yeah, they gotta find a way to get him some more touches for sure. As you see DeMar Mitchell at the line for Rutgers, he does get the first one to go there. He'll try again on his second opportunity here. And the thing about this UConn team is that they have the shooters, like we talked about earlier, between Redmond and Nation, especially Nation. He can get hot at any point in time. And so they're not far out of this game. So as we start to wind down the first half here, what's that magic number you're looking for? Hang on it, Rob. That Redmond step back from 3 did not go as you hear the boos rain down after that shot. Foul on that one. Boo Morgan, his first foul of the contest. As you see Danner Hurley there, not happy with the call there, but that's a foul. I don't think you can do all that and not get away with that. Justin Solomon going to the line for Rutgers here.
Yeah, you know what? And I think that Coach Hurley should be upset right now because that last shot, I did like the fact that he was a bit more aggressive. He's really struggling in this one with the 4 points, and we talked about him in consistency, and this is one of those times where you have to step up for your team when you're really struggling. But I think one of the key takeaways that I'm seeing here is that Rutgers super efficient. I think that they're dominating in their matchups because a lot of these players are on the positive in the plus-minus box score, so their on-offs have been very good comparatively to UConn's. A lot of negatives here, so not very efficient as a team right now.
Yeah, I will admit I am not a big plus-minus guy, but looking at it here, Tyrone Snyder plus 10, highest in the team right now. Meanwhile, Kevin Sullivan minus 10 for the Huskies.
It's the activity. It's really been the activity for a lot of these Rutgers players comparatively to the UConn players. I mean, they're inefficient right now on both ends of the floor.
And you see Redmond there again, just putting a shot up with the shot clock winding down. He had to just force pick up his dribble. And when you do that, Rico, that puts you in a really bad spot as an offensive creator like Redmond is.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell that Coach Hurley is a bit upset there because you never want the possession to end like that. A one-legged fadeaway shot late in the shot clock, just you're not doing enough early on to really start to set things up for your offense.
And with Redmond struggling, it's very hard as a player when you're struggling like that to try to get you back on track. But that might help. Big game from Kevin Sullivan does the lead the six. And that's 2 nomination 3-pointers. We'll see if they can get it down to 3 and or tie the game at least. As the defense there certainly does help from Morgan.
I love that Solomon's running a little bit of the point forward position right now. Maybe that's what they need because he's done a great job as far as getting to the basket. Look at how he commands attention on the box. I love that.
And one from Kevin Sullivan.
I love that. Did you see that? That's what you want from your big man right there. He knew that he had a mismatch. He got down in the box, and he is calling for the basketball. He goes right to the basket. That's what I'm talking about. That's what UConn needs, somebody to be assertive. Maybe it's Solomon.
Yeah, Kevin Sullivan, a future potential WWE SimWorld Wrestling Society member. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes there. But right now, making his impact count on the hardwood here tonight.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, he's doing a great job. That's a great move. He came off the top ropes in the post right there.
Yeah, right, exactly. And here we go, 1:45 left in the first half of this one. This UConn crowd come alive here. Step back 3-pointer. Oh, good from Harper that time.
I'm loving Solomon, man. Look, he's right there for the rebound. Let's see if this charges him up. But even though it's an open shot, UConn unfazed. They don't give up any points.
You know, I misspoke in that last one. That was not Harper. Harper isn't even on the floor right now. He's on the bench over there. And I gotta say, I know we're getting down to the end of the first half here, but this has been a theme for Dylan Harper, I feel like, for a majority of his basketball career in his time in SimWorld Prep, and now here in SimWorld U. In a tight game, not being on the floor in the wind down, big-time moments of a half or of a game. Shame to see what happened here, but a pass inside is off the mark from Nathan Sullivan. Couldn't quite hook up there. That's one Norton Nations would love to have back.
Oh, man. I mean, look, I know it's playoff football. That certainly could be the one that cost you the game right there. That was a terrible pass.
Yeah, and that's one where Sullivan had to miss that too. We gotta find a way to hit him for that. What would have been easy points if it, for all intents and purposes, easy points. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, he might have could have got an and one on that.
Right. Exactly. Marion Goodyear scoring that time. For the Scarlet Knights, they wind down the first half here. 25 ticks of the clock as Nations attacks, gives it up to Oliver, back out to Abdallah, and Abdallah tries to go hand off to Nathan. Instead, gets picked off, and the other way, Rutgers scoring as he hook up from Mitchell to Goodyear on the pass there. As Nation's going to try to end the first half with points. He's going to have to do it from the free throw line. Snyder fouls him there. I think that's a good foul.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great foul because he was certainly going to get the layup. And unfortunately, I think that UConn had an opportunity to score inside the play before, actually the last couple plays. But, it's either been just a terrible pass right there. I mean, that was poor, I don't know if it was spacing or whatever the case may be the play before. But this time, just going to the basket, you get the foul that you want. And so it's there for UConn, but they're rushing it a bit the last 3 possessions.
Yeah, and I feel like that's been kind of the theme for them in the first half, especially after the 10-minute mark. And earlier in the first half, they were doing a real good job of taking their time to their possessions. But second half of the first half, they really weren't doing a good job at all. So they gotta find a way. If I'm Hurley heading into the locker room, that's the one adjustment I'm talking about. Is Harper almost makes that one, but will head to the locker room with Rutgers out in front, 30-24. Charlotte Knights on top of the head to the locker room. And Enrico, what are your takeaways from the first half, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, so right now I think the real key takeaway here is that Rutgers continues to run great half-court offense. They continue to get open and available shots. The offense seems to be clicking for them. UConn, excuse me, you could tell that it's definitely a bit tougher for them to score. And I think that they've rushed a couple of shots, and this game could be a lot more closer if they just slow down, pay attention to detail, and execute when the defense is giving them some openings. So I think that that's really the key takeaway. Can UConn just slow down, take advantage here when they get these openings, and then Rutgers, they're just going to have to continue to do what they're doing with the offense. Every player's been super efficient.
Yeah, Rutgers has both teams really, not good percentage-wise, but second half coming up, though, don't go anywhere. Right back with more Sim Road Youth Basketball. welcome back, everyone. It's time for the second half to get going. You know what that means. Throw up those deuces, folks. Second half action coming at you here in Connecticut. 30-24. Rutgers out in front. And the big story after looking at stats with Rico, Dylan Harper has no points right now. He does have 4 assists, so he is pushing the ball out, but no points. He's 0 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, and I mean, that is definitely in his wheelhouse. And I mean, he's actually averaging 3.4 assists. So maybe we've been talking about the player movement, the ball movement. Maybe that is the focus really in today's game and really the game plan. UConn anticipating him being a scorer. He wants to show that he can make plays as a passer.
Yeah, and as a projected top 5 pick in next year's SWBA draft, next season's SWBA draft, that is certainly something that scouts going to want to see from a guy like Dylan Harper, who comes from a family of talented basketball players. Dad Ron Harper, if I'm getting that name right in this correctly, Michael Oliver, one right there. So, he has that basketball pedigree in him. So I'm not surprised to see him in that top 5 projected range, but also with him not being the primary scorer tonight and Rutgers still leading for now, that says something to me about this Rutgers team overall around Dylan Harper as a freshman, no less.
And see, that's what we talked about with Rutgers. It's going to be the others, right? You have the 1-2 punch, but the others, and so this is a good test for them right now. Oh, and one right here. That was a strong move and a finish through contact. That was a great finish.
Yeah, great job there by Hassan Abdallah. Basket ties the game. We'll now see if Abdallah can give the Huskies a lead. They have not led in quite some time. I want to say since around the maybe 10-9 minute mark of the first half. Rico. So we'll see if Abdallah can give them the lead, and he does do so with that free throw. Abdallah coming in a 52% free throw shooter. So that's a good sign, especially to give UConn the first lead of the second half, and now we'll see if they can hold on to it, because Rutgers did a good job of holding on to their lead heading into halftime.
Yeah, the crowd activity certainly picked up, and you can see the energy right here. So with Abdullah, he's doing a great job as far as hitting the board. He's got 7 right now, and so I always tell players all the time, if you can pick up your activity level and do some other things, the basketball will find you on the offensive end. So you get out there, scrap, get some boards, get steals, keep cutting, and then just offense opens up for you.
Yeah, and that basketball found nothing but hardwood there on the last shot from Harper. Didn't quite get a leg on the rim. Air ball, shot clock violation as a result. And now the Huskies will take back over possession. Nations attacking up and under move. No. That's heartbreaking.
That's tough. It touched everything on the iron, but just didn't go down. That's tough.
Just didn't go down, man. Those are the ones that you want to have back. That's what they're going to have back, too. That also doesn't go. Nations pick up the floor with it. Rutgers defense doing it. I was slowing him down there. I believe it's Tremaine Owens slowing Nations down there. And you see Abdallah out on the perimeter with the ball. And look at Boo Boo Morgan posting up Dylan Harper. That's a matchup we didn't expect to see today. Guards in the post, and that time Harper wins the battle.
That was a great leap right there from Harper. But I like the effort, though. I mean, again, that maybe switch the switch is flipped for UConn, though, because they've just completely been the aggressors this half.
Yeah, and look, that's one of those things where you look at it and you might laugh when you get to the bench or something like that. But I think that's a levity moment, and it's a good sign in the grand scheme of things. Is we got time out here on the floor. We're going to take a quick break ourselves, folks. I'm right back. Oh, we're staying here. My apologies. We were staying right here. Want to let y'all know we're on social media everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, SimWorld 4K, SimWorld Sports. And we're going to be giving away 200 EMs very soon. But the winner of those 200 EMs is Biff Markham. Congratulations, Biff. on winning those EMs. And you got to be here to win, folks. Got to be here, present, active to win those EMs. And again, Biff Markham, congratulations on the EMs. They are coming your way hot off the presses into your wallet. Don't spend them all in one place. Or do, whatever. Don't let me tell you how to spend your money. I am not your mother. Or, you know, like my grandma always says, buy something nice, but buy yourself something nice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, look, UConn is trying to get back to playing nice as we get through the early stages of this second half of play here. And I think that we've seen a little bit more aggression from the Huskies to start. That's a good sign, Rico. I don't know if you're good or not, but thoughts?
Yeah, I was going to say, because did you see that play too where Morgan missed it? We were talking about it rimmed out and everything like that. That was a terrific back cut. We weren't talking about UConn like that in the first half, and so I think that the motion has gotten a lot better. And so Coach Hurley has recognized that he needs to get some more movement, and I think he's doing a good job getting players into their spots where they can take advantage of Rutgers.
Yeah, and there's the good defense as that theme continues. That hasn't missed a beat at all in the second half. There's a block on Morgan that time from Dylan Harper. Sends the ball back to Rutgers, and now Rutgers is going to take a timeout after inbounding the ball. A strange decision. But, yeah, now we're going to take our break. Right back.
See the game be the game.
فايز اعمل لك معايا سندوتش جبنه.
Just you know why. Why you and
باندا ما يتقلهاش لا.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Sento pozza di bruciato.
Non sono io l'infiltrato. Mi mancate di rispetto. Le vostre madri si vergognerebbero di voi.
Parla proprio come noi!
Welcome back, everyone. 32-31, Rutgers out in front, and this really has been a defensive-heavy game, Rico. That's what you talked about earlier. You love defense. I also love defense, old-school mentality kind of got myself. Even though scoring, I love that too, but defense is really, really something that I look forward to. We're seeing it here tonight. Spain Owens has 4 blocks for Rutgers. On the other side of that, Malcolm Oliver has 10 rebounds for the Huskies. So it's been a defensive and rebounding heavy kind of game for this one so far.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at the statistics, I mean, Rutgers are they're outright leading in blocks by a landslide against UConn. But we've been talking about the link with the Rutgers defense really at the rim. And it's not like UConn is not getting some good shots there. It's just that it was tough. And I think that that's what really allowed Rutgers to get some separation in the first half, but the defense has kind of loosened up a little bit here in the second half, which is why I think UConn's been able to get back into the game.
And there's more points for Kamarian Goodyear as he knocks down another one. That gives him, what's that, 8 on the game so far for Goodyear. As yeah, I mean these numbers are not looking impressive from a pure number standpoint, but the defense again is really what's making this thing what it is. As Redmond tries his luck attacking on ISO and can't score there. Back up the floor to Harper now. Harper guarded by Morgan, and there is a height mismatch there. My oh my.
And I mean, you got to give UConn some credit because, yeah, we talked about Harper and the assist, but, you know, they played pretty good with him defensively as far as man-on-man defense right there.
Yeah, you know, like I said earlier, he hasn't scored at all in this one. So that is impressive in itself. You know, he's taken 7 shots, hasn't scored at all. He has a rebound, the 4 assists, yeah. He's got a block in there, too. Well, he hasn't scored. If you keep Dylan Harper off the scoreboard, you have to be pleased with that. You're not winning the game right now, but that's the star guy you want to knock out of the game. You're doing your part to eliminate his impact on the game.
Yeah, and I think that also, too, with like Morgan and some of these other UConn guards, I think that they've been doing a good job as far as like attacking, as far as going downhill, and it's kind of wearing them down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And I think both, we saw it there from UConn too. Both sides we mentioned, Noriko, are doing a good job of attacking each other really in the paint. Whether that means getting points, like there from Dylan Harper, his first of the game, finally. Dylan Harper has scored some points in today's game.
But you know what? I thought he missed it initially, though, because that was a tough angle right there. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Defensively, it's like you're earning everything.
They're making it work for it. And Fareed Redmond gets himself on the board there. Big three-pointer from Redmond ties the game up, and Rutgers is going to take a time out in response to that. That was a big three-pointer there, Rico, with both teams, again, struggling offensively due to each other's good defense. Points are coming at a premium, and those 3 points could be very critical come down the stretch. If you look back at it from a long-range standpoint. But coming up next, folks, the SimWorld U Game of the Week. St. John's, Keyshawn Shipp, Che King, going over to Iowa to face Lamarian Sherwood, the potential #1 pick in the SWBA draft this coming off season. Will he be that? Will he continue to cement that #1 spot in a big primetime matchup against another guy who has top 10 aspirations in Keyshawn Shipp and the St. John's Red Storm? Find out in that one coming up after this game. And then Saturday, that's our time for SimWorld Prep, and we'll see the future of basketball now and there at SimWorld Prep as the South Beach Showdown Championship game can start at 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Another California tournament, more California love as we continue to have that region of the country in our thoughts and prayers, dealing with. I'm getting close. Miami. I got my beaches mixed up. Apparently, it's fine. It's fine. Good, look. Regardless, thoughts and prayers and all that stuff go out to that area of the country all the same. The point still stands. Don't take away my good moment production stuff. Thank you for the correction. I appreciate it all the same.
It's all love, man. It's all love. But yeah, I mean, hey, man, that's going to be a great tournament coming up this weekend. Look at UConn. Man, they continue to get more comfortable, and you can see that they're pressing a little bit more inside them, using their bigs.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that they should continue to do, Rico. We talk about getting smart shots, getting high percentage good shots. That's the best way to do it. Now, if they're getting blocked like that, obviously that doesn't help. But there's a foul, no basket. But you aren't getting the fouls, man. Owens took his first as Hassan Abdallah, to the line here.
Yeah, and see, they're starting to use the sides, right? Because with Abdallah, and they've got Sullivan as well. And I think maybe as they continue to do this, it could maybe wear down the Rutgers interior. But let's see what happens here as this game kind of goes along.
Malcolm Oliver here at the line, not on Abdallah. Oliver does get the first one to go there. And Oliver Jr. on this UConn squad. Listed here at 7'1", 237 pounds. Really, really tall kid. And he shoots an amazing 73% from the line. It's only going to go up. So with those free throws falling there, 40-36, UConn in the lead.
Yeah, so you're saying he doesn't have to jump to dunk, right?
Nah. Looks nice.
No, seriously. But, he has great touch, like you said, for a big man. And that's what you want, too, because we were talking about this earlier. You know, some big men struggle at the line, and you need that when it comes down to close games like this, that ability to knock down free throws.
Yeah, and now the big trade fouls as Oliver fouls Owens here. So now Jermaine Owens going to get himself to the free throw line. I like that both teams have tried. They've tried various things over these last few games. I like that they've both tried slowing the pace down a little bit and getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, and I mean, look, the clock is stopped. It's an easier way to get some points in the basket. And I also think, too, that if you're struggling as a scorer, that's the best way to start to get on a roll is to see the ball go into the basket.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it goes for anybody, especially in a game like this, Rico. We talked about the defenses playing as well as they are, and both teams are struggling to score from the field in general. You got to get something to go down. So get yourself to the line, get into your routine, get some shots up, and hopefully they fall. You see Sullivan now fall the top of the key here. That's on the perimeter.
This also allows you to set the defense, too. You know, because now you have a half-court set. We got a steal. Here's Harper.
Yeah, Harper bringing it up. He started to go fast and then slowed down. Probably should have kept going at the pace that he started to because it ended up being a miss. And they will get points anyway. Hendricks picking up another foul on his tally on the night. 2 points for Rutgers. That does tie the game. And now Tyrone Snyder had a chance to give the Scarlet Knights the lead back.
And we talked about the efficiency with Snyder in the first half, and it looks like he's just carrying right on here in the second half. And so you see with Snyder, he's done a great job as far as really when he locates the basketball off the rim, putting himself in a good position to score or get to the free throw line. Yeah,
it doesn't get more efficient if you're Tyrone Snyder than being 2 for 3 from now 3 or 4 from the field.
Yeah, he continues to find the basketball at the perfect spot, and so you don't even have to run a play for him. So that's what you love as a coach. But let's see what happens if UConn has an answer.
And there's a big mismatch, and Kevin Sullivan made Dylan Harper pay for being in that spot. Somebody get him off of Sullivan. He'll need to be there.
Man, and you know what? That's going to be tough, man, because for Harper, it wears him down, and it could really start to cut into his offense, having to use that much energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you see another mismatch here. Owens working on the smaller Hutcherson. He does score there. Back and forth we go once again, Rico. 42 apiece. And the Huskies will take a timeout.
They're doing a great job as far as now when you're scoring in these half-court sets, it allows you to reset your defense versus you getting in transition, your defense is not set. So advantages for both teams.
Yeah, sure has been, and we're going to take another break here, folks. Be right back with more second half action.
Look who's over there. He's walking.
So, what have I missed?
Welcome back, everyone. 42 apiece as we close in on 10 minutes left in the second half of play. The second half has been a phenomenal display of defense from both sides, but that's really been the theme of this game all day, pretty much, throughout this one, Rico. We've been really treated to a good defensive game, and now wide open mid-range jumper. That one is good.
That was a terrific offensive set by Coach Hurley, and getting a great pin down, getting your shooter into his spot. He really could have stepped back for a three, but still, you take that premium offense. That was great movement from UConn.
Yeah, here's premium offense for Gridger, but he can't score over the smaller Hutcherson.
A good recognition of the mismatch, though.
Right, exactly, and that's something that I think you want to see more of. Look at the hands. Great hands there from Orland Mock. Knocking that ball away. And Orland Mock, if you're not familiar with his game, he is a defensive pest. And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, that was great hands. I mean, man, he reached into the cookie jar and Cookie Monster.
Yeah, didn't get caught that time either. As that one goes out of bounds. Could not corral it cleanly. The Scarlet Knights will take back possession of the ball. And now Harper going to go to the bench, and you see him there not happy about going to the bench. Throwing his arms up like, really? Going to the bench? He's not happy about it, but hey, sitting down regardless.
Yeah, I thought that they would maybe use him a little bit more offensively today, so maybe he's just upset with the way that the game plan has gone. So love to hear
it could be that. It could be that. I could be reading into something there. But you know what? Gotta spare the drama, right? Good block there. As that one goes out of bounds, Huskies retain possession. But yeah, look, we gotta stir the drama somehow in this one. Adding more onto it anyway, and I'll take that.
Yeah, and you know what? Olivan continues to play well too. I mean, he's 4 of 4. He's got the 8 points, and I think that UConn's activity has picked up since he started to kind of get to his spots on the box down there.
And look, Harper back on the floor. Boo Boo Morgan has ball in his hands. Pass inside to Sullivan. Double team comes, and they pick up his dribble, and now it's going to be a jump ball. You see Sullivan ripping the ball away like that. Hang on, you're not getting the ball like that off of me. Justin Arrow is in favor of the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, it looked like he's starting some professional wrestling early right there, boy. I thought
ready to
start there.
Yeah, ready to throw an elbow or something there. Mean elbow. Don't do that, you might get suspended. We don't need any of those. We already had instances of that earlier in the season with some fights breaking out. But Owens can't find the range on the jumper there. Long on that one. Sullivan on his hands again. Back to Redmond. Over to Morgan. Swinging this thing around here is UConn on the possession. Redmond has it back in his hands. Gets a screen from Abdallah. Can't find any space maneuver though. So passes it to Nathan in the corner. 3 ball, good. Deep, nope, deep 2. Deep 2. Regardless, though, Rutgers taking a timeout, and that's when they'll shot from the corner. That's going to be big for the Huskies down the stretch. And look, I know you love SimWorld because you're here watching this right now, right? What I want you to do me a favor, do a few things. I want you to like the stream if you haven't already. Interact in the chat if you haven't already. Continue to do that. The main thing I really want you to do, the big thing I want you to do, I want you to share SimWorld with a friend, somebody who you know that would enjoy this experience, because as I always say, folks, someone out there would love this. They just don't know it exists. But guess what? You can be the person. You get them involved. Get them to be a coach in SimWorld Prep, make their rise up from SimWorld Prep to SimWorld U, to the SWBA events. That's the big goal for all of you, right? Players, coaches, all that good stuff. You can only do all of that here in SimWorld because the only place where you can see the game be the game. Yep. Masterful. Someone call me prime Chris Jericho out here. That's a joke,
man.
of course.
You know what?
Go ahead, Rico.
I was just going to say the one thing that I've been disappointed with Sullivan is he continues to get the ball stripped or kind of tied up and things like that. So for whatever reason, he's just not. I guess he needs to have a little bit better awareness as guards start to crash in on his opposite shoulder to kind of go for steals and things like that. So that's the one thing that he's got to get better at.
Yeah, it's the awareness, right? Paying attention to what's going on around you, or maybe even anticipating those kinds of things happening to you. Sullivan, he's only a sophomore, only a second year here, so he's got time if he decides to continue to play basketball to get better at those kind of things, and I'm sure they'll help him elsewhere. And there's a huge block from Jermaine Owens. That kid is a blocking machine tonight, and he really always has been that guy on the defensive ends from his time in Snow Prep with the Philadelphia Elite. Again, carrying it over. Some things don't change, and one of those things is Jermaine Owens blocking shots.
My goodness, man. He worked for the credit card company. He continues to keep declining stuff out there.
Yeah. It is insane. Really. As now UConn down to one with shot clock. Nation just fires one, and it's good! That's the danger of Norman Nations, folks.
Yeah, UConn's really kind of opened it up a little bit now in the second half. Let's see if now we see Rutgers kind of back into what they were running earlier.
Yeah, this is what oh my goodness, another block. This time Malcolm Oliver getting involved. Morgan attacking, drawing the foul on Harper. No basket there. Boo Morgan goes to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, I mean, UConn, again, they continue to, I think now they're adding that dimension of where they're getting some shooters open, but they're also now still continuing to be aggressive. This is what they were doing in the first half. And credit to them, because they really could have been in a position now where they could have turned away with the amount of block shots that they were facing, but they continue to keep going at Rutgers, and I think that now we're starting to see the breaking point here in the second half.
Yeah, it's one thing where, you keep hitting them in a spot, and eventually, they're going to fall in. We're seeing it now. Rutgers looking a little shaky out there on their feet. There's still plenty of time left in the game, though, for Rutgers to get back into it. And Morgan, perfect from the line that time there. A 51-42 Huskies lead, as we're down to 6:55 left in the contest. Pass inside. Great pass from Harper to Jermaine Owens. Great response there from Rutgers, too.
You know what? Even though that was a great set, they continue to keep Harper as a passer, and at some point he's going to have to turn it on as a scorer if they're going to win this game.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Brent. He's going to have to get going. And I think that, now's the time. And there's a good start right there. Dylan Harper, deep 2-pointer. But those are big points as they get 4 points in the last 2 possessions. But UConn with an answer right back. You love to see it. Here we go, folks.
Yeah, that was perfect for UConn. They got back before their defense could get set, could Rutgers. But, again, that last set that you saw where Harper got the ball in the quarter, let's see what happens now. He's got to get the top of the key. He's got to go to work with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, 6 minutes left. Harper, as they continue to pass the ball around. 5 on the shot clock. Ankle breaker. Gotta make it, though. Can't do it. Oh, man. It's only a if you make a shot, bud.
That one's going to be top 10 for sure. But, yeah, you got to finish that.
Absolutely, yeah. It don't give you the highlight for misses. Gotta make the shot, complete the play. Couldn't do it there. Where Rutgers trying to complete the second comeback here in this one. Had to lead heading into halftime. Now trailing late in this one. 5:15 left in the game. Inside to Harper. Good! Over Boo Morgan.
That was beautiful because he set his defender up. Initially, he looked like he was going to go back out to the three-point line, and then at the last second, he cut towards the basket. So that was a great recognition from Harper.
Great recognition there and a good shot attempt from UConn. That possession, Morgan trying his luck on the three-pointer. Did not go for him there. As Harper fires a deep three, that one short. That's the second time he's taken a shot from a little further out that's come up short. The first one was an air ball. That one in front of the rim. Legs getting tired perhaps for Harper?
I was just going to say the legs look a little fatigued, and you can see that he's having to work a little bit more for his offense. And so let's see if that does play a factor here with about 4:26 to go.
And we'll see. We'll see how it goes now. Redmond. Nations has it. We know what he can do. He fires another one. That time unsuccessful, but we've seen him hit a few of those with the shot clock winding down, and this one already. Hit a big one earlier that put UConn, I believe it was down 2, that started this whole run here for them they've been on. And there's a steal from the Huskies. Oliver snatches the ball out of the air, picking off the pass. Huskies back with the Nations now. Top of the key, trying to attack inside, and goes dribbling right into a Rutgers defender. That's Solomon on the mid-range jumper, getting the steal and the basket. 3-point game with 3:30 left in this one.
Man, that was a great just individual sequence right there. I mean, the rip and then the step back like that and the hold the pose. I think that's the type of play that could energize Rutgers, and maybe they can come back and take the lead off of that.
Yeah, and the last thing you want if you're UConn is to give Rutgers any kind of energy. The crowd is giving you their energy right now. You gotta get yourself ready, like, you know, Goku getting a spirit bomb ready to go. And try and get here with the win, but right now they're not doing a good job of doing that. And there's a foul on Abdallah, as we'll see more free throws from the Scarlet Knights. They'll try and cut the lead to 1 at minimum here. Free throws from Damarian Mitchell.
Yep, going back to that last rip, I think that I see a little bit more of an energy boost here for Rutgers. Can they close with 3 minutes to go? And so, look, this is why you want to get to the free throw line, because you have the ability to score the basketball with the clock stopped, and you can set your defense. And that's what you need right now, especially as UConn has kind of gashed you a little bit. You can get a chance now to answer that.
Yeah, and answering like this at the line too, because again, it's at minimum a 2-point lead, a 2-point lead here for UConn if barring the missed free throw. And it is a miss indeed. Look at that. How does that happen? Don't ask me how. I didn't do it. I'm just a guy talking. All right, I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that at all.
I don't know. You about to speak to.
Yeah, I know they tell me otherwise. 2-point Husky lead. And it's going to stay that way. Harper with the good defense on Morgan, but that's a tough shot for Morgan, fading away with the height disadvantage that he's at.
That was a great, you know what, I loved how he went off of that little screen and got to the rim, but he just missed it. But I do like, again, Harper's defensive ability and the way that he's locked down this game, even though he hasn't been a scorer. And then you also have to like the way that UConn continues to go in there, even though defensively it suggests that they should not.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, a quick look aside here, it shows that, again, even if you're a star player and you're not attacking the game the way you normally do, you can do it in other ways and still be valuable to your team. And that's what we talk about a lot as we get, you know, up the level of basketball. But here, Oliver can't finish there. Harper D'ing up Malcolm Oliver now, getting his defensive prowess there, showcasing it there. Pass inside, they gotta help out. No double comes, and that's a basket for Jermaine Owens, and it ties the game up. 1:30 left in the contest. Are we gonna have some extra basketball perhaps? Minute 25 will decide if we get it. Nations. That's inside here. Turn around for Abdallah. No good. Rutgers on the glass. Down to a minute 10. With the defense the way it's been, we could see some free basketball here, but Dylan Harper has something to say about it. Step back. Good. Yes, sir. Dylan Harper.
Goodness. Boy. if it's cold outside, it just got colder in here because that was ice cold with the way that he just stepped back and knocked down that shot. And this is why a GM would want to go out there and get Harper because of this type of play. That's what you want on your franchise, a player that can take you home in the clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely a guy that you want on your team, and more importantly, on the floor. Proceeding, I talked about it earlier. Was on the floor in the final minute really of the first half, but now the game being as tight as it is, this is when you need your stars to show up and play well. And Harper held in check the majority of the game scoring-wise. Now, coming alive when you need him to, in the right time. We're going to take a quick break here, folks. For the conclusion of this one, I'm right back.
Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. As of present, you getting nothing but Drayton, and more Drayton. And this is officially Off the Rim.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm tryna ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down. I swear they gon' see us. Ain't no way around it.
Are you ready? I know you are. We had a good finish here on our hands. So 56-53. Rutgers is trying to hold on and send the UConn fans home very upset. But Huskies have something to say about it here. On possession at least. We'll see some big threes here. We'll see if they can get one here. Want to get the ball in the Nation's hand, I imagine. Morgan has it. Nations or Redmond. Morgan fires. That's no good. And with 30 seconds left, UConn has resort to the foul game. Abdallah's going to foul Dylan Harper. And Harper's going to go to the free throw line and try to ice. Oh, no free throws just yet. But we're getting there. We're getting close, though. We're getting close. And there's another one. Now, we'll see free throws from Harper. One and one time.
You know what? And his fingerprints have been all over this game because even though he struggled offensively, you talked about the fact that there's other things that you have to do as a star player. He's had the one steal, he's had the one block, he's had 6 assists actually, and he's only averaging 3.4. And so, look, he's done a great job as far as adapting to the game plan. And so I'm super impressed with the composure and poise that he's shown down the stretch as he's now leaving double figures.
And the poise from the line there too. It's 1 and 1, so you have to make the first one to get the second one. You gotta do that.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing with UConn. I mean, they're going to have to do something now where 27 seconds, I don't want to say that you want to necessarily go for the three, but maybe you might want to consider going for it.
I would. If it's me, I'm going to try to go for it, go for the three. You're running out of time, and you don't have timeouts anymore. You can't advance the ball off the court. So I feel like you have to try to get the three now, because you can't afford to wait any longer. Personally, that's just me. But I'm also aggressive. We'll be aggressive, so it's that too.
I agree with you because I'm not sure that UConn is going to necessarily draw an and one. I mean, I know that is a possibility, but I mean, you might want to just run something to where you can get a 3-point shot up and go from there.
And you got guys who can shoot the three ball. You've got nominations for Redmond who can both shoot the three ball. And they're both on the floor out there right now. You know, both of them have made one in this game already. So it's not like they haven't done it before in this contest or throughout, their time this season. Those are the guys you want taking those big shots. You can get them a good quick look here in a half-court set here off of the timeout. You gotta take it out. We'll see what they decide to do. We'll see what happens here very shortly. But whatever it is, it's got to be quick, because you can't waste time.
Let's see if they can get something maybe at the corner. Maybe get something corner pocket three-point shot here.
Yeah, we'll see. Redmond is here directly in front of Oliver. He does get the ball, and now screen from Abdallah. Redmond going to attack. Steps back for a second. They're wasting a lot of time here. You don't have the time to do this, Reed Redmond. You cannot waste the time, and now it's to the point where this game is over no matter what happens. A very strange final possession, and Reed Redmond's going to run the clock out on the basketball game. What in the world happened there? A strange ending to this one, folks. Redmond doesn't even attempt this shot. Rutgers wins the game 58-53. Rico, very quick final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, disappointing finish for UConn. I mean, they did not even get a final shot off. I think that Coach Hurley is kind of livid on the sideline here. So, great gutsy win from Rutgers. So,
that's the great gutsy win. Game 2 coming up. St. John's and Iowa. Game of the week, folks. Stick around for that one. Rico, all the guys in the truck, I'm B-Ron. Have a good one. We'll see you in Game 2. Remember, SimWorld is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Game 2 coming at you.
Welcome back. It's your grandma's favorite show, The Post Up. I know you missed us since last Wednesday. When I say us, I mean me, because we got no Jalen tonight. You're getting a solo Siege rant. So I'm going to start saving my breath because I'm not going to breathe too much during this one. What a game we got there. Crazy ending there. Fareed Redmond, he's going to be getting a random drug test in his inbox tomorrow. I'll tell you that for sure. Not sure what was going on at the end of that game. Don't know if he was frustrated with the play of some of his teammates, whatever was going on. I mean, it wasn't a great night from anyone on either team. When you look at shooting percentages, both teams, Rutgers only shooting 35% as a squad from the field, 20% from the three-point line, and UConn, they beat them out in the worst shooting percentage with 31 from the field. Disgusting, gross. Late game heroics by Dylan Harper. You love to see that from a freshman. Really doing his thing. I mean, we all know how good Dylan Harper is, right? I don't got to tell you guys about that. But, look, I don't know. I don't know what was up at the end of that game. Regardless, I don't think UConn makes that comeback. I think if they do something there, I think Dylan Harper comes back, hits an ice-cold shot in somebody's face, and just shakes his face in their face. Like take that. You know what I mean? So, this game, beautiful game. It was kind of ugly to watch, though. I think we can all agree. Sure, you could call it good defense, but there's way too many guards who are high level on both of these teams combined for the shooting to have looked like that. That's all I'm going to say. But we move on. We move on. We won't spend too much time on that one. Great game, though. Not a whole lot else to say. So let's move on. Let's talk about conference champions, okay? Because we got conference play coming up. It's right around the corner. Before you know it, we're going to be watching some high-intensity, hoopsteria level intensity basketball, because that's where champions are made within their conference. That's where the champions are made. So I'm going to do you guys a favor, and I'm going to give you my picks as of right now. That is, obviously, things change, come and go, but my picks as of right now going into conference play for each conference. And I'll start it off with the SEC. This is a tough conference, really good conference. 4 teams in double-figure wins going into conference play. You guys know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to take Alabama to take this thing. I think they've looked really good. I know the loss of Aiden Weaver is going to be it's going to be a tough one for sure for them. I think it gives Coco Bryce a chance to step up and step into more minutes, and I think we'll see Alabama continue to roll. I think they win the SEC. Now, Pac-12, I'm going to be honest, this is the least top-heavy conference. There is not a clear out-in-front team in this conference. But I do think UCLA gets it together. I think when you talk about conference play, talk about intensity, we talk about guys who can perform under the big lights, I think Jalen Snow and LaGerald Carroll are those guys. Give me UCLA to win the Pac-12 this year. And I'm talking about conference play, regular season conference play. That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? I'm talking about the championship game too. Both. Whatever. You guys can take it as you will. Mountain West. Gonzaga seems like the obvious choice here, right? I don't trust them. I don't trust Gonzaga. It's hard to pick against them because Caden Shipp is a big shot maker, and that's going to be big in conference play. The games are going to be tight. They're going to be tough. This is going to be a conference, and I'm going to give you a little underdog pick here. I think UNLV gets it together going into conference play. I know they're 1-4. They're on a 4-game loss streak. Sky Durant, he's coming back soon. He's coming back soon. You heard that right. So Sky Durant comes back. I think this UNLV team gets it together, and I think they win the Mountain West. I do. I think they shock some people. Big Ten, I'm not going to get cute here. You guys know how much I love Iowa, Lamarian Sherwood, Stacey Van Arsdale. This is a beautiful team, even outside of the most dominant player in SimWorld U right now, who is, in case you were confused, it's not Stacey Van Arsdale. It is Lamarian Sherwood. Outside of him, this team plays beautiful basketball, great ball movement, great guards, great defense. This Iowa team, they're going to win the Big Ten. And I know CKC is there, so maybe, who knows, but no, it's Iowa. Let's not get cute with it. Big East. This is a very good conference. Very good conference. I've got another, it seems Villanova's really hot right now, right? They're really hot going into conference play, and that's what you want to do, right? You want to be hot at the right time. I'm not going to get cute here. It's Villanova. I'm picking Villanova to win the Big East here. Justin Bell and Aaron Lovejoy, who we're going to have the pleasure actually of talking about right after this. But Aaron Lovejoy dropped 30 tonight, by the way. So great game from Lovejoy. That team's incredible. Give me Villanova. Now, the Big 12 is a tough one because Texas looks so good. 13-3 on the season, 9-game win streak, number 5 team in the nation. Part of me wants to give you a little tricky trick and take Kansas. Can't do it. It's not in my heart. Texas wins the Big 12. They're too good. They're too good. They're too hot. The American Conference. A lot of teams you could actually pick here. I'm going Princeton. SMU has looked great in their last however many games. Princeton's looked better, in my opinion. I think they win the American in their first year in the conference. You heard that right. And the ACC will top it out with the ACC. The fanboys won't like this one. It's not Duke and Cooper Flag. And I know what you're thinking next. Is it Donta Walker and Georgia Tech? It is not Donta Walker and Georgia Tech. It's the other Tech school. Give me Virginia Tech, Travion Novick and Newly Cox. And he doesn't get enough love, but let's talk about Von Rushing for like 3 seconds. Von Rushing is a sensational big man. He holds down the middle of that Virginia Tech squad like no one else on both sides of the floor. Next time you watch Virginia Tech play, try to look away from the bright flashing lights that is Travion Novick, the season that he's having, and look at Von Rushing for a little bit. Virginia Tech takes the ACC. I don't want to hear it, Duke fanboys, but let's talk tonight around SimWorld U. We mentioned Aaron Lovejoy had a 30-point game, beautiful game in a win over Nevada that was a little closer than Villanova fans probably would have liked, but 13 for 17 from the field, 2 blocks, 6 rebounds, 30 points. Marcellus Blow, he did his thing. 18 points in the second half for Marcellus Blow. That's 18 of their 24 points in the second half. Marcellus Blow is a hooper. Now, I don't know if anyone's got to watch Nevada play, because nobody gives them any exposure because it's Nevada, and there's no reason to watch them play. But Marcellus Blow is a hooper. He will get his day in the lights, that I promise you. But regardless, great win for Villanova. They move on. They're on their streak. And let's talk about another 30-point game. Benari James, coming off a 31-point game. Nick Beal is for Penn State. Wasn't enough tonight. Couldn't get it going. Only had 10. Bernard James on the other end with 30 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 56% from the field, and 60% from the three-point line. Great game for Bernard James and this Davidson squad. They take the win. But let's talk about the matchup we got coming up next. And you know how elated I am to be watching the Iowa Hawkeyes play Lamarian Sherwood and company. But you got one of my other favorite players in the country. You guys have heard me talk about him before. Keyshawn Ship, Shea King, and company, taking them on. St. John's visiting Iowa. I'll give you my 3 in the key. I'm no Jalen here, but I'll do my best. Number 1. There's a lot of ways to say this, but it's Lamarian Sherwood. This is almost a double-sided key. Can St. John's slow down Lamarian Sherwood? Can Lamarian Sherwood do his thing? I'm not going to get overcomplicated on this one with you guys. It is what it is. Lamarian Sherwood is the key to the game one way or another. That being said, if they decide to let Lamarian Sherwood go, we saw this when Notre Dame beat Duke back when Jahlil Okafor was the most dominant player in SimWorld U. They let Okafor go for 40, and they just shot threes on the other end. This St. John's team does have the perimeter play to kind of try that tactic. We'll see if they employ that because they are not a big roster. Their biggest guy is 6'9", and it's Keyshawn Ship. He's not a big. All of their bigs are 6'8". So Lamarian Sherwood will likely have, 40 and 18 tonight. I'm just going to throw that number out there. We'll see. So that's my first key. Second key kind of leans right into it. Keyshawn Ship. This guy's a surefire lottery pick. He's got to show out tonight. The lights are on. National TV. He's going against another SWBA, likely number 1 pick. For sure, top 3 pick in Lamarian Sherwood. Keyshawn Ship, this is your chance to show them all exactly what you can do. But my last and final is the players around Keyshawn Ship. Keyshawn Ship is not always their leading scorer. In fact, most time he isn't. You got Shea King there. Jared Quinney is an absolute hooper. Those other guys have to show up under the big lights tonight, have to give that support. Keyshawn Ship, I think, will be the leader tonight in scoring, but those guys have to show up, and everyone's got to be a part of guarding Lamarian Sherwood, unless they go that other route and let him do his thing and just guard everyone else. I don't think that's what they'll do tonight. Everyone's got to be a part of guarding Lamarian Sherwood. Those are my 3 in the key. I know they're not quite as good as Jalen's, but you'll live. We're going to throw it out to Carver Hawkeye Arena out there in Iowa City, Iowa, on this beautiful, beautiful hump day tonight. We've got Yells, and you know him, you love him, the basketball savant, Sniper J, on the call. Thanks for being here with us on the post-up. Remember, SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game, drink your water, stay hydrated. We'll see you next time. Take it away.
Iowa. This is actually a destination spot nowadays because of one Lamarian Sherwood. I'm Yells. I'm here with my main man, Sniper Jay, because his jumper is on point. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Happy to be in Iowa. Never been here before. I think it's snowing and it's cold outside, but I'm happy to be here.
I don't know if that's the right word. I don't know if cold does it justice, but this, you know what's not cold, this Iowa team has been red hot. They got the main man, y'all know him, Lamarian Sherwood, doing his best Shaq impersonation here in SimWorld U. In the middle, he's going to be leading the way for this team tonight, but don't forget, you'll see some guys like Josiah Cohen and Stacey Van Arsdale in the backcourt, Devontae Feliz and Robin Nett. These guys are taking on an impressive St. John's team. Number 14, this is a 9-14 matchup. Do not forget it. Shea King at the point guard coming back from the G League. Jared Quinney, Keyshawn Shipp, the surprise senior, showing up big time so far this season. Darius Rourke and Jabari Shannon. I gotta ask, Snipe. What are you looking forward to in this matchup here tonight?
I mean, we got a lot of good players on the court, Yells. But I'm looking for the schemes. I want to know.
Summer Kid season.
Technical difficulties with the snowstorm out here in Iowa, but we are back. We're not going to let you go. Sniper, you were letting people know what the keys were, what you were looking for in this primetime matchup, game of the week matchup here tonight.
Yes, I'll get right back to it. I'm looking forward to seeing this St. John's team deal with Sherwood tonight. They don't have the size to match up to them, so I'm interested to see what their scheme is, to see how they stop them or what they're going to do with them. And I'm also interested to see how Iowa's going to handle this talented, sneaky St. John's offense. They got a lot of shot creators, a lot of shot makers on this team. So it's going to be a good matchup here, Yells.
Absolutely a clash of styles here. There is a lot of ball movement on the Iowa side. When they don't need to, they can dump it down low. On the other side for St. John's, you have give me the ball, watch me work, and let me do it from the perimeter. Guys, we saw a beautiful pass there, but no finish. Great clash of styles, but here we're going to see Royd and Robinette get things going for Iowa in traffic.
Yep, and St. John's really lives up to that New York style of basketball, that high provocative ISO type of game. So I hope that works out well for him tonight.
We're seeing some sloppy play to start here. A couple of turnovers. Che King able to get his hand on some balls there. Jared Quinney going to push him aside. Size advantage. Unable to get it to go. I know we're just a minute in, but the pace. We'll see if this pace holds up, but if it does, I would have to think that would favor St. John's here early.
Absolutely. I don't know if Sherwood and Iowa could keep up with this type of pace, especially since they're a bigger team than St. John's. So hopefully they might have to slow it down here.
Jabari Shannon there with the ball. Another beautiful pass inside as we see St. John's here. Coach Patino, Rick Patino, in a zone, says, let's see what you got from the outside. As one of our SimWorld Prep coaches, Coach Drayton, likes to say, he has great respect for the lack of respect when teams run a zone.
And that's the interesting way to start the game for St. John's. Maybe they're keying in on Sherwood and trying to stop him from getting those post touches. So we're going to see how long the zone works.
Che King doing what he does very well, working in the post. You'll see that from a 6'3" guard. He has a full arsenal, so he is able to do that, and he shows it off right there. Now we see Io with the ball, kicking it out to Josiah Cohen. They're going to try and find some space here. Marion Sherwood setting screens all across the top of the key as the zone is keeping the post entry from going in. Sniper, it looks as if they're going to give up all the jumpers they can stand. That's 4 missed threes, I believe, to start this game.
And right now, that zone is working for now. And St. John's is going to be happy with this. But if Iowa starts to make shots, look for a quick change from St. John's.
4-2 for the number 14 team in the country. Another 3 goes up. Another 3 does not fall. But look who's there for the board, Lamarion Sherwood. High screen and roll this time. Gonna pull up from mid-range. He says the three's not going. Let me take a few steps in. Gets that one to go. Devontae Feliz, the senior, knocking it down.
Yeah, and both of these teams are extremely experienced. They have a lot of seniors on the court. Oh my God. Oh my God, did you see that?
Keyshawn Ship, this ship is sailing. Siege has talked a lot about him. A lot of the media's talked about him. Sniper, what do you think about this kid? 6'9", listed at 233, pure guard ball handling skills. What do you make of this kid?
Absolute monster, Yells. I think lottery. I think high lottery. I think if he plays well tonight, he may be top 10. I mean, he gives off a Paul George type of style, but bigger and stronger. I really like Ship. Really like him.
There's more of that tempo there as they push the break. Che King gets a step on his man, drops the shoulder, shields him off, and finishes at the rim. Josiah Cook here as we see more, or Josiah Cohen, more of that zone. Big time block there. And St. John's out on the break. Good transition defense from Iowa, though.
Yes, I think Iowa's going to have to play good transition defense throughout the game because it seems like the game plan for St. John's is to stay back, protect the paint, but once they get it, let's get down the court in 3 seconds and score the ball as quickly as possible.
Would that not be your strategy? What would your strategy be against Lamarion? If you were matched up and any of your teams that you played with had a matchup against Lamarion Sherwood in college, what would Coach be saying?
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I feel like our game plan would be let Sherwood get 40. Go ahead. Play 101. But the rest of these guys, they better not score. They better not score. If they score, you're coming out. We can get somebody in that can guard the other 4 guys. We're going to let Sherwood do his thing because he's unstoppable.
Well, Patino is not quite yet taking that approach yet. St. John's defense is looking pretty good. Iowa shredding this zone with passing, but unable to finish once they're at the perimeter, once they're on the interior. Coach Patino coming into this with a game plan. There's some beautiful transition ball there. More of the passing we talked about. SVA Stacy Van Arsdale, great grandson of one of the legendary great Van Arsdale family that used to play the SWBA.
Yeah, and shout out to Iowa. I mean, they're really showing great poise and moving the ball around. That's the type of ball movement you get from an experienced team that has been there and done that, Yells. Shout out to the Iowa for that.
Good move by Quinny.
He is a shot creator, so they got to be on the lookout for that. Quinny, number 13 for St. John's.
12-12. And Sniper, let me ask you this. When you come out, St. John's come out with a lot of energy. People would think this really is just their game. I believe this is their first nationally televised game. But when you come out with that kind of energy, you're excited for your first game on national TV. You're playing against a big-time matchup. Is there ever a concern or a threat of being just too overhyped where it plays, where it's to your detriment?
Absolutely. I think energy and hypeness is good. I think being over exuberant causes the turnovers like we just saw right there. People going out there doing things that they normally wouldn't do, and it causes turnovers, especially on national TV. You got your family watch, you got your mom, your sister, your cousin, your uncle that you didn't even know about. Everybody's watching you. You get excited, and you start to do things that's not in your game, and it looks bad.
Reaching foul there from Shea King. He's applied good pressure on this team, not really known as a defender, but he's definitely putting forth the effort so far in this one.
Yes, right now we're tied up at 12-12, and you would think St. John is winning this game by how they are all in the paint and protecting the paint, but I was doing a good job of manufacturing points here early in the game.
Big time three, didn't get the name on that one, but he knocks it down. Iowa showing, hey, we can hit from deep. You might want to come out of that zone.
Now, St. John's did leave him wide open at the top of the key, and I don't think that's the smart thing to do in college basketball. I mean, we all grew up shooting the ball. We all can shoot a little bit.
You say give him 40. Interesting strategy. I don't know if I can get behind that one. I don't know if I can give anybody 40. I don't know. I get the sentiment. I just don't know how I feel about it. Iowa now swinging the ball. Aaron Sherwood having to start at the perimeter outside of the key, turns it over. He can handle the ball, but that is not where you want him. St. John's has Lamarian Sherwood right where they want him, but I have to ask, early in this game, Iowa with a 1-point lead, Lamarian Sherwood not involved. Is that concerning if you're St. John's?
No, I'm happy if I'm St. John's. The less opportunities Sherwood sees at the rim, the happier I am. The more he wants to attack from the perimeter, the more I'm inviting him to do that, because we're just going to double team, steal the ball, and go down and score. So if I'm St. John's, I'm excited that he wants to be a guard today instead of a big man.
Ryder Rawls getting it done. No concern that Iowa's maintained a 3-point lead, even though their stars not involved yet. Sniper.
That goes to show how much depth Iowa does really have. Like, Sherwood is the main guy, but Iowa definitely got scores and people that can put the ball in the basket.
Look at him running the break there with the pass in transition. Find the open man, can't get it to go. Kareem Shahzad puts it back up 14-19. Iowa leads. You see Elijah Burrell with the ball here.
It's looking like St. John's is having a hard time scoring in the half-court setting. Yes, I lied. He just hit a jump shot. But I think they're best when they're out in transition and getting easy shots, pushing the pace.
Sure, I think Keyshawn Shipp not in the game right now. Neither is Shea King. Interested to see where St. John's is going to go offensively. Defense is still looking pretty good. As I say that, we see Ryder Rawls get a free lane to the bucket to make it a 5-point game.
And Rawls, like a sophomore, he really can do it all, and it's good to see him get on the board early and get a dunk in to hype the crowd up.
Keyshawn Shipp there with his man sealed on the interior, and that's another thing he can do. Sniper. He can score from the perimeter. For all we have to say about his guard-like skills on the exterior, what he can do from the perimeter, he is still 6'9", 220, 230. So big body, and he knows how to use it.
And that makes him so resourceful. I mean, you could put him literally anywhere on the court and ask him to get a bucket, and he can do that. That is what's going to translate to the next level. But right now, that's what's going to work for him against Iowa.
And look at him. He's matched up. I think it looks like Patino has him playing the center spot right now. At least Sherwood's guarding him, so he's going to bring the big man out. And he's facilitating. Kicks it over to Jared Quinn. He can't get it to go. There's offensive rebound. And as you see there, Sniper, he's able to pull Lemarion Sherwood out of the paint, allowing St. John's to get on the offensive glass.
Yes, and we know Rick Pitino real well. Very highly talented coach, known for his hard tactics in practice, known for yelling and screaming, being a hard coach, but a good coach. And I agree with this tactic. If he could get Sherwood out on that perimeter chasing and getting tired, that bodes well for St. John's later in the second half. Maybe not right now, but later in that second half when Sherwood is trying to make them hook shots, get and ones, he might miss a couple, and that could be big for St. John's down the stretch.
All tied up when it started to look like it may have gotten out of hand for a moment. Iowa with the ball. Looking for some offense, trying to navigate the zone. They're going to pull up for another three. They're going to get this one to go. Big time shot there from Ulysses Danko. It's an interesting last name.
The 6'1" freshman comes in the game and knocks down a three-pointer. That's something Iowa could use against that zone to try to get St. John's out that zone, Yells.
Good defense there for Iowa. Back to a three-point game. Lemarion Sherwood out of the game right now. This is where Iowa really, they've gotten it done, and you know, others have spoken about it. It is more, as you said, more than just Lemarion Sherwood. They've won some big-time games, got some big-time minutes. There's Danko again from three. He's going to say, you are going to come out of the zone because I am the zone buster.
And he's showing it right now. The freshman hot early for Iowa.
I think they gave him just 2 for that one. Maybe his foot was on the line. Lemarion Sherwood, no points yet in this game. Again, not in the game right now. Shea King going to attack the rim. He's going to be fouled by Danko. He's going to go to the line.
Shea King, shot creator, shot maker, lead guard for St. John's. Second round projected pick for right now. I do see he probably can climb a little higher than that. But yes, he's the media villain. Like, he is the villain to the media, and I'm not sure why. Maybe you could shed some light to why the media doesn't like him.
He talks. I'm not sure the media doesn't like him, but he does not seem to like. He does not seem to like them. I mean, he's a very vocal kid. His time in SimWorld Prep, he had a lot to say. He went to the G League, had a lot to say. I guess that's what I wanted to ask you. It was a huge deal. He was the first player of notable players to, you know, come back and play college ball after the rule was lifted, with G League players being able to re-enter the college circuit. He was expected to come here and be that guy, and he's been pretty good. But Keyshawn Shipp, in his senior year, really bursting onto the scene. But what do you make of that rule and that allowance? Are you a fan of it, being able to come back from the G League and re-attend college, or you in favor of it or against it? What's your thoughts?
I'm against it. You know, college is a decision, but after college, you're technically going into your adult stage of life. I'm not saying these are grown men, but they are young men, and you have to learn how to deal with the decisions you make. You have to lay in the bed that you made. So if you decide to go out there and test those waters and be in those waters, you gotta swim with the sharks and find a way to be a shark, if that makes sense, yes. So I do not agree with this rule. I don't like that they could go back and forth as they please, or whatever the stipulation may be. I think if they gonna go out there and be a pro, go be a pro.
Hey, I'm not gonna disagree with you. Everyone has their opinions. I don't think that they're allowed to go back and forth. I do think they're granted that one opportunity to come back. If it doesn't work out, we'll see if that rule is maintained. We see a move from the big body down low, Jabari Shannon. Let me ask you, we'll stay on that topic. Are you a fan of the current 2-and-done rule? You have to do at least 2 years in college, or you say let them go?
I like the 2-and-done rule. I do. I like it because
My goodness. I hate to cut you off. This young man is on fire right now. Ulysses Danko, the freshman, getting it done. I believe that is his third three, and that was not an easy one on that step back. Sniper.
Woo, man. And a lob to Shannon Dreer for St. John's, the big post. But back to what we were talking about, the 2 and done. I like the 2 and done. It gives the players time to develop that first year and really hit the ground running that second year to show everybody what they really got.
No. They got to stop this kid. They got to stop.
Was that him again? That was him again, wasn't it?
That's his fourth 3 in 5 minutes.
Man, I don't know what he ate for breakfast, but I need to be eating the same thing on my game day. I'm going to have to talk to him about this. He's on fire.
Jamari Shannon draws the double team, kicks it back out. St. John says, I have 3 in the paint as well. Shamar Harden able to get that one to go. Sniper, we're going to take a break. We got a battle and a fight on our hands. Y'all stay tuned. Right back, right after this.
See the game, be the game.
I'd like to order french fries, a burger, and a milkshake. This is a library. I'd like to order french fries, a burger, and a milkshake.
Tune in to No Missed Calls after every live stream where you can hear unfiltered analysis of what went down. Back in Iowa, Jay, you could hear Coach Pitino on the sideline telling his guys, run. We want more pressure. What do you make? You think that's the right strategy?
I think it's the right strategy on offense to get out in transition. On defense, I'll be telling him to let's guard Danko, the freshman. Why are we letting the freshman light us up from deep here? That's what I would be yelling. But yeah, I do agree with the run in transition. Play a very fast game for St. John's.
This is Danko, 8 points. Looking back here, they've corrected some of those on our stat sheet, although they gave the points. There's 2 threes he's hit. Actually, we're a bit behind here as he puts up another one and gets it to go. Another immediate time out as Coach Pitino is livid on the sideline. I believe that is 5 threes, Jay. That is 5 threes. You know what? But before I let you go off on a tangent, I'm gonna go off on a tangent of my own. We're about to shout out this chat. Not enough people in here. We gave away 200 EMs just a little while ago. We're trying to get up to 1,000. We need 6 more live viewers in here immediately. If you've seen Players Club, then you know what I'm talking about. Immediately. Well, let's go ahead and get a shout out in the chat real quick. Jay, you got this? Or you want me to run it?
You can run it.
Got you. Juan Bazali. Appreciate you tuning in. Coach Dre Pope. Coach Simpson. Always in the building. My goodness, sir. No one SimWorld's harder than you, SimWorld. We love every bit of it. Enzo Wolf. Wonder if you're still here, fam. Brendan Gaucher. Jackson Sutton. Davion. Appreciate you being here. Lots of people in here. If I didn't shout your name out, that means you're not saying enough. We haven't heard you in a while. Make sure that you're being active and inviting people. Jay, 5 threes. 5 threes in 6 minutes from a freshman.
He's shooting at a very high clip, and if I'm Rick Pitino, I'm breaking boards. I'm pouring Gatorade. I'm doing something to get my team to get to the guard this kid. Yeah.
Going Bobby Knight at all? Or is that too much?
No, Bobby Knight is fine. You got to get your point across. I mean, as long as you don't hit nobody, we're good.
6 threes. Make it 6 threes. And he just broke the clipboard. As you said, the clipboard is broken. Oh, man. This is not what we had on our bingo card. We talked about Keyshawn Shipp. We talked about Shea King. We talked about Lemarian Sherwood. And we talked about Stacey Van Arsdale. Freshmen showing up big. These kind of games, does this change the course of your season if you're a freshman, Jay?
Absolutely. I mean, Danko comes in as he shoots again. Just get money tonight. But absolutely, it changes your confidence. It changes your coach's confidence in you. It changes how you feel about the game, how you approach the game. Because freshmen, you always can be jittery every game. But if you have a game like this, man, you start to feel good about yourself and really put some things together.
Down 11, Shea King with an angle. Really tough shot there. Really tough. Ulysses Danko, he has 19 points. 5 for 5 from deep. 6 for 6 from the field. Has not missed a shot yet.
Again, I'm going to have to ask him what he ate for lunch as well. Maybe it was breakfast and lunch. I don't know if he had a certain snack he eats, but I need to shoot like this on a daily basis as well, so I might need to talk to him.
I'm hearing he's got on the Curry Miller Kobe Jordans.
I heard that. You just named all the best shooters in the world.
Spin move there from Devontae Feliz. It's probably the first miss that we've seen in a while. Elijah Burrell with an ill-advised shot on the break for 3. But that is the game that St. John's wants to play. No Lemarian Sherwood, up 7. You're Iowa. 43 points already on the board for one of the highest scoring teams in the nation. Is St. John's still in this one, or is it starting to get away from it?
No. I think this is what St. John's want. They got Sherwood out the game, so it's a better matchup. But right now, you got Danko shooting lights out, and you hope he starts to cool off and they could get back in the game.
There's one way to cool him off. It looks like he is not on the court. St. John's seems to be going under the screens here, and it is leaving an Iowa team wide open. They're one of the better shooting teams in the country, but seeing them shoot this well and freshmen getting it going. Now they're rolling defensively. There's an ankle breaker. Feliz puts it up. He's going to get it to go. Highlight action.
You see that also? He made him touch Mother Earth out there and made the shot. Iowa is rolling in this first half.
Mother Earth. Every time I hear that phrase, I think of the movie 21 Jump Street. Go back and watch the movie. There's a little guy playing. It's James Franco's little brother. He's playing a banjo. He's singing a song called Mother Earth is Dying. Hysterical. Iowa with the ball now. Get back on task here. 9-point game. Cannot get that one to go. Keyshawn Shipp having an extended break here. Know he's ready to get back in this one. Pardon me, Keyshawn Shipp is on the court here. Ball's just not flowing through him at the moment. And one. Did he get that to go?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I was Rawls off the bench for Iowa, running the break, running rim to rim, getting the and one. If you're St. John, you can't have this. You're supposed to be the up-tempo team. You're supposed to be scoring in transition. You can't let Iowa do that. That's not Iowa's forte. Iowa plays through the post.
Looks to me like they can do anything they want, Sniper J. How do you, when you're down like this and you're not getting a chance to get into your own game, your set, or what you would like to do, what do you do to get back in this one? You just stick to your game plan, or is there something that you switch up here?
If I'm St. John's, I'm looking to get down here and draw fouls on Iowa. I'm trying to get to the free throw line, stop the clock, and score buckets. I'm trying to change the momentum of the game because Iowa has all the momentum right now.
Gets their own rebound, kicks it back out. Good defense there from Keyshawn Shipp. Shea King pushing the break here with more transition defenses. Iowa showing great effort to get back defensively. High-scoring game here. St. John's looking to see if they can bring this one down to 7, perhaps 6, and maybe get another shot at it here before the end of the half. Keyshawn Shipp here being guarded well. He's going to put that one up, unable to get it to go. Sherwood with the rebound. Iowa here, they're going to be able to milk this entire clock if they choose. Sherwood outside on the perimeter. See what he does here. He's going to go behind his back here a couple of times, showing off some ball handling. And he's going to pull up for a jumper, unable to get it to go. 49-40. Maybe it is the outcome on the scoreboard that many had expected, but definitely not expecting how we got here. Sniper,
No.
Talk to me.
Iowa is beating St. John's at their own game. They're pushing the pace. They're making threes, and I don't understand. I don't get it. Sherwood's not a factor right now. I think that will change in the second half, but St. John's needs to be better on the defensive end.
You see here some highlights from Che King and Keyshawn Shipp. Not really doing all that you expected to see. Che King with just 10 points, Keyshawn Shipp with just 4 so far in this one. And Lamarian Sherwood not on the board yet. But you know who this game has belonged to? Ulysses Danko. 19 points, yet to miss a shot, 7-7 from the field. We're going to see if we can keep going hit for hit, but you guys stay here with us. We'll be right back after this.
See the game, be the game.
Good afternoon, madam.
Yeah, I'm sorry, officer.
Can I see your papers, please? Hello. Mummy in a bit of a hurry, was she? Step out of the car, madam! Step out of the vehicle now!
Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
Now there's a steal by Murr. Underneath the DJ.
What's this gonna be? Lead pass. Stop it! Stop it! Do not do him like that! Now goes to roll. Brandon, the three-pointer out front. Hit him! Yes, he did! Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Trying not to use it. Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life. Down Kobe. Oh! Up high. Down hard. Is this the tiger? Game! Series! Toronto has won!
Simworld, 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 Simworld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Gamar Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three. In the clip, game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. Simworld. This is your shot.
Yo, Yells.
Simworld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
Simworld.
Rick Blaze.
Simworld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers. Trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name. Said she wanna try out on the scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be drippin' with my foes tipping. Shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. Sim World Hoops, man, them boys wild.
Sim World, 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 Sim World.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
We are back to the Ulysses Danko show here in Iowa. 19 big points in the first half. Yes, you hear it right. No, this is not the Lemarian Sherwood show. It is not the Keyshawn Ship show. It is live and direct. Ulysses Danko, freshman, has not missed from the floor. Currently on the bench. Do you change your game plan to stop him, Sniper, or do you keep with your game plan of trying to stop the big man in the middle?
I'm still going to sit back in my zone and make sure Sherwood doesn't get going. Sherwood could break this team. Or break St. John's. Danko, when he gets in the game, you know, we're going to have a close eye on him. But for right now, he's not in the game, so we got quite literally a bigger problem to worry about in Sherwood.
Stacey Van Arsdale able to get that one to go. St. John's here, very good offensive team. But defensively, they just had no answers in the first half while they try. And those are the kind of things. That's what's been missing with the big man game. Big time block there from Royd and Robinette. But that's one of the things that's missing when you talk about big man game. Good move there from Keyshawn Ship. But big man game, in the middle, they're drawing double teams. They suck in your defense, and they really just impact the game for the rest of your players. And it seems like to me, Jay, that's what we've seen in the first half. So much focus on stopping Sherwood that you get a guy like Danko going, and now he can't miss.
Yes, absolutely. Sherwood causes so much havoc, and he needs so much attention that you just forget about the other players on the court, and those guys can shoot, and if they get a couple open shots like Danko has, he's going to make them, and now the rim looks like the Mississippi River here down here in Louisiana, nice and wide and open, and he just kept it going.
There's a turnover there. For all that we've said, this is a 6-point game, St. John's with the ball. Let me ask you this, Sniper. For all that's been said, I'm not sure I got a chance to hear your tape. Lots of media members, lots of different things to say. And an interesting time for me to ask is Lemarian Sherwood is not on the board offensively, no points. But is Lemarian Sherwood, to you got him, Jameson Johnson, and you got CKC. Is Lemarian Sherwood, does he have a case to be the #1 pick in the SWBA draft for you?
Absolutely. And here's the reason why. It's what he does for Iowa. I'm not going to say it's his stats. Iowa, he's the main focus, and he knows that. So he's going to score, he's going to rebound. But at the next level, he knows he's going to have to play with a team, and he has to do that here with Iowa. Iowa has other resources that helps him out. And I think that's going to be able to translate to the next level for Sherwood. That's why I think he has a chance to be a #1 pick. He could be the focal point for a team, and they gonna get a guard to help him out.
Great defensive possession there. We see the block and the finish there. St. John's, that's what they want to do. That's what Patino wants to see. Darius Rourke there on the steal and finish there. We got a 4-point game here when it looked like it may have been getting out of hand.
Absolutely. St. John's has definitely been sticking around, playing to their scouting report. I must be honest, they're doing a good job. Like, they haven't wavered when the league has grown to double digits. They've just been sticking to the script, and they're going to play the long game here tonight. And it's been working so far.
Keyshawn Ship working here, spin move, he's going to put it up, can't get it to go. Rebound Iowa. They're pushing the break. He's going to push it up ahead. Quinny with the steal, or with the block, excuse me. It's going to stay Iowa ball. Stacy Van Arsdale. I said Josiah Cohen there. I apologize. These two kids in the backcourt for Iowa, I'm a big fan of them both. 6'1", 6'3", respectively. But if you ask anyone on this team, both of those kids are 6'8", 6'9". They don't know anything about their height or what their defender's height is.
Yep, just tough as nails. Players play smart, makes the right plays. Good team guys. I'm pretty sure they're good locker room guys. And you can't ask for a better backcourt. They're both great guys.
St. John gets a hand on it there. Jared Quinny's going to pick it up. Defense seems to be picking up. He hits him with the Smitty. Can't get it to finish. Gets his own rebound. Is going to kick it back out.
And St. John's is forcing a lot of turnovers here early in the second half, and it's causing transition attempts. But they need to convert in transition if they want to have a chance to win this game.
Absolutely. I believe they're 3 of 9 to start this half, not really getting it to go. And some of those have been, like you said, transition buckets. Got to convert. Got to get the easy buckets against a team like Iowa.
You see St. John's has shifted the defense to a man-to-man, and it seems to be confusing Iowa for just a moment. I'm pretty sure they're going to catch on quick. But you got to give Rick Pitino credit here. He's giving Sherwood a change of scenery every other play. He's making sure they're changing everything up on defense to keep Iowa on their toes.
Got to take care of the ball there as they give it up. And drop it down. Robinette, who's got the mismatch, double team comes over. Says St. John's picking up their defense here. Offensively still struggling. Can't get that one to go, but Robinette with the nice follow. And the lead is ballooned right back up to 10. This is now the largest lead of the game when it was just down to just 3.
Yes, and that's what I'm scared for St. John's. Their side ultimately. Iowa is bigger, stronger, and if they get on the offensive glass, it could be a problem for St. John's.
Ball bounces in the right direction. Sometimes it just works out. Jabari Shannon there, able to get that one to fall to pull it back to 8.
Shannon must be living right outside the court to have that type of luck.
There we see good move there by Iowa. Devontae Feliz pulling it back to 10 here. Iowa's extended their defense as well, you can see. Well out towards half-court line. Shea King's going to take advantage going by his man. Really thought we'd see more of him this season and that he would step up more. 14 points a game, not bad at all, but when I tell you, he was highly heralded in Seminole Prep.
I mean, he's definitely showing it here tonight. Shea King is definitely leading the charge for St. John's. I would honestly like to see Ship get more aggressive and really take over this game for St. John's, but King has definitely been the man for St. John's, and he's scoring. I think he has 16 right now, so he's really holding it down for St. John's.
Absolutely. Crowd a little bit on edge here in Iowa as we see St. John's making a push. We're going to push the commercial. You guys keep it locked right here. We got more Seminole U action coming up after the break.
صباح الخير يا استاذ طفي. يلا يا علي عشان الفطور. جايبه لك النهارده سندوتشات جبنه.
لا والله ماليش نفس.
Good afternoon, madam.
We'll buy and buy.
Hello. Mommy in a bit of a hurry, was she?
باندا ما يتقلهاش لا.
Step out of the car, madam. Step.
We're back. Well, this game has been back and forth, Jay. I know you were looking at some stats there. I know you wanted to talk about some particulars, so I'll kick it over to you.
Absolutely. This is a high-scoring game, and it may be cold outside, Yells, but it is hot inside this arena. Both teams are shooting over 50%, but right now, Iowa shooting 9 for 15 from 3, which is remarkable, and that's why they're leading. You know, threes are worth more than 2 points, but no discredit to St. John's. They are shooting 58% from the field, but they're just getting 2s instead of 3s.
You see St. John's back in the zone. They're giving up another 3. Can't get it to go because his name is not Ulysses Danko. I imagine if St. John stays in the zone, that coach will be getting Danko back in, as he was the zone buster early in this game, and that changed the whole course of this game.
Yep, and it's actually shocking he hasn't gotten back in the game early. Usually when your freshmen play well, you reward them and put them in a little earlier in the second half to see what he does. But that hasn't been the case for Iowa. I guess they're leaning on their seniors and their experience late in the second half.
Fran McCaffrey, known as a quirky coach, he has a little bit of his own strategy, and it's paid off for them. Iowa's not expected to be as good as they have been this season.
St. John's giving up a lot of threes, especially to Simiton. He's a senior, he's a shooter. I don't think that's a good idea, because if he sees the ball goes in, he's probably going to make the next 2 or 3. Not at back in man. Not at back in man. Yeah, look at this. They're changing defenses every time. They're giving Iowa a different look.
How hard is that to execute as a team to come in and out of man and zone without a timeout?
It's all about the communication. You got, I'm pretty sure King is leading the charge, and he's letting everybody know, okay, this time we're in this, next time we're in that, and then from vice versa. It's all about communication out there. You really can do anything you want on a basketball court if you communicate.
Marion Sherwood showing some excellent defense there. Lateral quickness on display as he's able to keep Keyshawn Shipp in front of him and get the stop.
That is big time for him. Keyshawn is more of a guard, and he is definitely a center. So if he's able to keep guards in front of him, that bodes well for him later on in his career. Not right now, but later on in his career.
Center, if you will.
Back in the old days, we used to call Sherwood a paint beast.
I think you can still call him that. 7 foot 240, probably about 280 worth of elbows by the time he's done. Still having a relatively quiet game. It's still a 4-point game here. We see Keyshawn Shipp working in the post. Double team is going to come. He's not going to worry about a big time block there by Lamarius Sherwood, the Treadwood tree in the middle. It's going to lead to the other end in transition. He's not going to be able to get it to go, but he is going to get 2 shots at the line.
Yep, and shout out to Sherwood not relying on scoring and rebounding to make an impact on the game. He's doing it on the defensive end, and at the next level, that's what they look for. If you're not scoring or you're not rebounding, what are you doing to impact the game? And he's definitely doing that on the defensive end. Now get this, yo. Shazad is at the line, and he's a shooter, but he likes math. Were you a math person, Yels?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, I'm not even on Hard in the Paint, but I can talk my talk. I still like math because I like to count money.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That is math.
Love math. You watch the Marvel movies? You're a Marvel fan at all?
Absolutely.
I have my son watching. I was not a huge fan of the Doctor Strange, the last one, until this particular phrase. He said he told him when he got ready to open the portal and he saved everybody. You remember this line? He said, "What's cooler than magic, kid?" He was like, "I don't know." He said, "Man."
Yeah, amen. I agree with that. And St. John's come down and gets the and 1 from Quinnery.
Yeah. And just every time you think this game is going to get out of hand, St. John's hanging around. 5, 6, 4-point game. They're right here at the line. They're going to cut it down to a 3-point game right here for everything that they've endured, and just a stellar breakout game from Ulysses Danko and some struggles. They're quietly shooting near 60% and in this game, and defending Lamarius Sherwood.
Absolutely. St. John's is quietly hanging around, and they're sneaky enough to pull this off in the last 2 minutes. Believe it or not, they have the talent, they have the shot makers. And as soon as I say that, of course, Simonton makes a three-pointer. But they do have the talent to pull this off in the last 2 minutes if they're close.
Lead stretched back out to 6. Queenie working on his man. Just gets it over Sherwood. They're going to push the break here. Josiah Cohen kicking it over to his man here.
It looks like St. John's is back in zone here, Yells. They know I'm trying to keep track of it, but it's hard for me to keep track of it. They change it so much. Oh my goodness.
Goodness. Who is that? That's Batman, Ryder. Was that Ryder Rawls? Who?
That
I didn't get a good. Silvio Center?
Center, yes. The sophomore going up and slamming it down hard for St. John's.
Four-point game. Sniper J. St. John's hanging around. I know we were talking during the break. You were saying how your thoughts on St. John's hanging around, just what might happen here. What needs to happen? I know we talked about hypotheticals, but what needs to happen? Give me what needs to happen for St. John's. Give me what needs to happen for Iowa.
Okay, for St. John's, we're going to start off with St. John's first. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. They need to hang around into that last 3-minute mark. If they can keep the game from 4 to 6 points, they definitely gonna have a shot in that last 3 minutes to really put on a shooting frenzy or go on a scoring run and just edge Iowa at the end of the game. For Iowa, I'm trying to break the league over to 10 points within the next 2 minutes. I'm trying to crush the spirit of St. John at the 8-minute mark. That way they don't think they have a chance to win at the end.
There's a block there. Interesting.
I was on Sherwood too. St. John's comes right back down and scores again.
Quietly, it is a 2-point game. Taking the crowd out of that. Now, I know you mentioned that during the break as well. I'll just go ahead and get it out there. This crowd trying to get back going, but this game that St. John's has played, hanging around when this may have gotten out of hand, has not allowed this crowd to get much momentum either.
Yep, and even after that bucket, I still think I can hear pins drop in this arena. It's so quiet, and it's not like this often in here. St. John's needs to take advantage.
Going to the free throw line, Jabari Shannon.
And Shannon has played a good game, and I can relate to Shannon because he's a gamer and I'm a gamer too. I like to play Call of Duty. I wonder what kind of gamer he is and what games he likes.
He likes the Sims.
Yeah. There you go.
Gets the first one to go. Not the best free throw shooter, but he does get that one to go here. Keyshawn Shipp in the game. Jared 20 in the game. All the stars in this one down the stretch is a prime time SimWorld U matchup. Sherwood's going to take it out. Go ahead, sir.
I'm looking forward to see how Iowa closes this game. I've been on the media. I've been watching Iowa. I've been hearing people talk about Sherwood, and they haven't really been in no close games. So we're gonna see how they react, because this is gonna be a down to a wire type of game. You know, late conference tournament type of vibe. So I'm gonna see how they handle this late.
Out of bounds here is going to stay with St. John's with a chance to tie it up. Ulysses Danko, who lit it up on in the first half, has not been inserted back into the game in this second half.
And I don't know if I agree with that. The way he was shooting the ball, man, he has to have like the big hand, and the rim has to look like oversized. And I'm not sure if I agree with this coaching move from Iowa, especially the way he's shooting the ball. But that's why I'm sitting sideline and I'm not coaching.
Keyshawn Ship misses. Iowa's going to try and get it inside. Lemarion Sherwood, the ball finds its way to him. Of course he finishes because it's inside of the paint. And he does his thing.
Right place, right time for Sherwood. Is that his first bucket of the game?
I believe he's got 6 now.
Oh, he's got 6. I'm sorry. He hasn't been scoring much, you know.
Keyshawn Ship here working on the top of the key, working on Sherwood. Sherwood showing off some defense again. Again, stop Ship from getting where he wants to go. Shea King on the screen. Loses his man. Big time shot there.
Yep, Shea King showing off that shiftiness and shot making ability.
Now playing some defense. Look at this. He's going to get out on the break, and he's going to finish it. We got a tie ball game. We wanted to see Shea King step up. Maybe he was waiting for nationally televised coverage. We're all tied up here.
You know, I'm not even mad at him for waiting. He's showing up, and he's showing out right now for St. John's.
And look who's on time. Johnny on the spot. The big Redwood, as Coach McCaffrey is incensed on the sideline. Lemarion Sherwood, you don't want to see him get going here. He's going to finish with an and one opportunity.
Yeah, that was a very strong attack from Sherwood. Very strong. One dribble, pick it up, finish at the rim, keep it hanging all over your arms. That was a big time finish for Sherwood. Let's see if that gets him going.
Can't get that first one to go. Crowd seems to have waken up here out in Iowa. Snow's coming down. Great defense there is going to work out as a pass. Sherwood wanted a block there, and he's going to get called for the foul.
Yes, emotions are getting high late in this one, and I like it. That means the intensity there, and everybody wants to win. Sherwood went for the block, but ended up getting a foul call. Let's see if Shannon can convert these 2 free throws.
Got them both to go last time. 75% free throw shooter is the senior out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Gets the first one to go.
That's big time.
I tell you one thing, SimWorld TV does know how to pick a game of the week because we've got a good one here. Still
Top
6
15 matchup. Top 15 matchup. You can't ask for nothing better than this. It's going down to the wire. And yes, they pick them correct every time. Yeah.
Can't get that one to go. Leave some money on the board. 1-point game. They totally leave Stacey Van Arsdale open as he crashes the lane and finishes. He can't get up.
Arsdale with a little rise there on the transition late in the game.
Shea King with the ball here, looking for the high screen and roll. Leaves everyone behind. He drops another one. I believe he's got 20 on the night. Yes, he does. Make that 22. 1-point game. He's going to pick up the foul there as he continues to put pressure on Josiah Cohen. And again, this crowd's taken out of the game, Coach. Excuse me. Well, I can call you Coach as well. You've been there. He's taking them out of the game, Jay.
Yep, shout out to Shea King. I mean, he's applying pressure on the ball. He's scoring on offense. They can't do that, though. They can't leave him open. No, they can't leave him open. He's a quick shot maker and a shooter, and they can't leave Archdale open like that. But Shea King is really getting it done for St. John's. I mean, I truly appreciate his competitive spirit out here tonight.
Jabari Shannon been very big for this team down low too. As he gets big on the matchup there, he sees he's got a mismatch. He goes right to work, drops that shoulder, gives him a spin move, Shaq style. 2-point game here. Some players making names for themselves. We saw, what a finish there from SVA. We talk about what we saw in the first half on the Iowa side from Danko, but this second half with Shannon, nothing pretty, just rebounds and ones and proper cuts to the basket.
And to be honest with you, he's a senior, and you kind of expect this from him. He's playing like a senior. He's patient. He's getting to his spots. He's torn. He does what the team need him to do, and that's why St. John's is in this game. Him and Shea King.
Can't get that one to go. 4-point game. They really needed that one. They're going to need a stop here so this lead does not get extended for Iowa here. Roy Robinette with the ball. He finds Lemarion Sherwood down low. He's going to hit him with a fader. He's got that, the fade of life. It's all in the bag inside of 14 feet.
That's a tough shot for Sherwood. That's a tough shot, a fadeaway.
And guess who comes right back? Jabari Shannon.
Shannon might be taking this matchup a little personal. I'm starting to get that feel the way they're going back and forth here. Shannon's really trying to prove that he belongs at the next level, and a good way to do it against a potentially #1 draft pick.
Doing some chirping, going back and forth here. This lead is extended back to 7 now. Iowa's going to pick it up. They're out on the break. Van Arsdale drops his shoulder, gets it to go. You know who's going to grab that rebound and throw it down, and this crowd is now on their feet as their Iowa Buckeyes have a 9-point lead and commanding momentum here. Jared Quinn with the ball. He's going to kick it over to Shea King. Sorry.
Sherwood has got going here for Iowa, and it's boding well for him. Again, Shea King, another bucket.
He's doing all he can. We expected to see more from Keyshawn Shiver, but it is absolutely the Shea King show so far in this one. St. John's down 7. Beautiful interior pass there for Sherwood. A rare miss on the inside. St. John's out on the break. Look who's got it. Jabari Shannon sheds his man, throws it down. We're back to a 5-point game.
Shannon getting out on the break, beating Sherwood up the floor after the missed layup, and gets the easy dunk. So I'm glad that St. John's guard rewarded him with that.
Sherwood with the ball. Double team comes late double team. He's going to kick it out to Feliz, who mishandles it, throws it up, can't get it to go. Big time rebound by Keyshawn Ship. St. John's is out and running again. Coach Pitino says pull it back. Shea King top of the key are working on the ISO. No one behind Van Arsdale to help. He's not worried about a good defense. And a foul call on Sherwood. Well, it looks like they're saying Van Arsdale got it down low. Possible bailout, Jay.
Yes, it is, but I kind of like that matchup. I think St. John's is picking on Arsdale, and Shea King is the right guy to do it. He's quick, he's fast, he's a shot creator. He's been making shots all night. And honestly, I think the refs might have missed the goaltending on Sherwood off that foul.
I gotta agree. If you're gonna make the call one way, you gotta make that other call. It was very close.
Yeah, you got to see it through. I think Sherwood just went up there and grabbed the ball, but it had a chance to go in. That might be a mistake that could be costly for St. John's by the ref there.
Shea King gets them both to go. 3-point game. This crowd is ready to roll here in Iowa. Snow coming down outside. Lemarion Sherwood bringing the ball up the court here. He's going to start the offense. He goes say. Look at this.
Give it back to him. He's going to get it back.
Going to reset. They're putting them back at the top of the key again here. They're letting them go to work. Josiah Cohen now with the ball. Good defense from St. John's, not biting on anything. Ill-advised shot, got it to go. What a shot from the clutch. Josiah Cohen on a bail-out three gets it to go.
Man, that's just knowing your gym and knowing your spot. I mean, you can't ask for a tougher shot than that if you're St. John's.
St. John's did everything you want to do defensively. They cut the man off on the first pass, second run at the rim. They cut him off again, got the ball out of Sherwood's hands, got the ball out of Van Arsdale's hand, and to have that shot go in with a second left on the shot clock. Clutch. It's clutch time. Shout out to Rico.
King doing everything he can to keep St. John afloat for this last minute. Every time St. John scores, it gets quieter and quieter in here. For King. They need to stop right here.
Yeah,
they need to stop right here.
Reach. We've seen this many times this season. They're late in the game. They go to Sherwood bringing the ball up late. When they do this, this is spell trouble for teams. He's working on the elbow on a straight up ISO. He goes up and under his man. He gets it to go. It is Sherwood time.
Wow. Wow, yo. To have that amount of trust in your big man, for him to bring the ball up, literally clear out one side of the floor and tell him to go get me a bucket, that's big time for Iowa.
That is absolutely big time. Right now, we want to thank everybody who's been here with us during this broadcast. We want to tell you, Civil War Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. If you love basketball, if you love sports, if you love this environment, want to share it with a friend, and why the hell haven't you told them yet? The Simworld Sports is the only place where they can see the game, be the game. SimworldSports.com, Discord.gg/SimworldHoops. We're giving away 5,000 EMs in a signing bonus for head coaches. 5,000 EMs if you refer a head coach. As a matter of fact, if you just want to be a super fan, we know a lot of y'all just like to chirp. You don't want to do much other than chirp and give your opinion. Guess what? This is the place where you can do it and you can talk about your friends, fam, and your enemies. And what? It's 2025. Your frenemies. You can do that right here in SimWorld Sports. 5,000 EMs for super fans as well. Come join. The takeover is on. And I'll tell you right now, if you're trying to get it in somewhere else, don't play yourself, sucker. 1 minute left. Jay, is this out of reach? 6 points?
No, it's not. I think St. John's has the shooters in Shea King and Ship, and if they could get a stop, I think they can make this game real interesting if they score and get a stop right here.
Taking a bit of time off the clock here, not looking for the perimeter. Shea King trying to find some space here, but excellent defense from Iowa. It looks like he's going to get a three off over Sherwood. Can't get it to go. That is what they needed. Now it's time for the foul game.
Yep, I mean, you got to live with that shot. I mean, King has been your guy all night, and he's been making shots, so I'm not mad about that shot. I think Rick Pitino wanted that shot as well. Let's hope, now St. John's got to hope that Iowa miss some free throws, and they could, again, score as quickly as possible and play the free throw game like you said, Yels.
Sherwood going to the line.
Shout out Sherwood. I mean, he hasn't had the most dominant game, but he's still gonna walk out of here with a double-double and possibly a win for Iowa. And he's been getting it done on the defensive end tonight.
Absolutely, crowd goes quiet as he puts up the first one. He doesn't get it to go. Still a shot here. Keyshawn kicks it up.
They gotta score quick.
Taking a lot of time here. He's trying to get to the paint, but that defense is there. This can't be what you want. Shannon goes up, and that's a block. That is a block by Josiah Cohen. And McCaffrey is beside himself. Josiah Cohen plays goalie in his free time, but is actually trying to make his name in the SWHL. He's a hockey player, and he shows that toughness right there, Sniper.
Yeah, he was real tough. I mean, I thought he was 6'11" the way he blocked that big man shot down there.
We talked about it earlier, the heart from these players on the Iowa squad, not just Lemarion Sherwood, held up by the rest of his teammates here tonight. Stacey Van Arsdale, unassuming 20 points. He gets that one at the line. I believe that will be 21 on 8 of 17 shooting. Ulysses Danko, 19 points in 7 minutes in the first half, stepping in and doing what he needs to do. Lemarion Sherwood, 12 and 10. 1 block, just throw that in there. Devonta Feliz, 11 points. Everyone that has played a minute in this game, Bryden Addison, the only player to not have checked into this game tonight. Aside from that, everyone has scored and gotten on the stat sheet. That's production. That's production, Sniper.
And that just goes to show the type of institution, organization Iowa is. It's a team. It's not Sherwood show. It's a team. And they have proved that here tonight, especially late in the second half. It was a team game. Everybody scored, everybody defended, and that's how they are going to come out on top against St. John's. But St. John's did not back down from the challenge. They actually played pretty well, in my opinion. But Iowa, being an experienced team, knowing what to do at the right times of the game, won the game.
Absolutely. Hats off to this St. John's team, number 14. Should not feel bad at all. Do not hang your heads. They're going to likely head on to a loss to a tough number 9. And I tell you, that number 9 is looking a lot higher than what it actually is when you look at how this team played here tonight.
Yes, and I was interested to see how they would finish the game, and they did a good job of doing that on the defensive end.
Shea King going to complete the 30-point night there, but it looks like it's going to come by way of a loss. But I will say, we've seen some crazier things happen here in SimWorld U. 20 seconds is just 2 threes and a missed free throw here as we see Danko getting back in the game. And he's going to miss it. The freshman's going to miss the first one. The 1-and-1. We're only on the front end of that penalty. 3's going up. And it's going down. St. John's with a 3-point game. As I say it, Sniper, Shamar Harden, the senior, just getting the shot up 13 seconds. Is there a chance for a miracle in Iowa for St. John's?
It's 13 seconds left, and it is absolutely in the air tonight in Iowa. It's only a 3-point game. I mean, if you foul Danko again, you hope he misses this one and you come down and tie the game up, or maybe get a 4-point play and end the game. Again, St. John's has done a good job of sticking around, and it may pay off here tonight, yes. It may pay off.
Do you put the freshman back on the line? Is that who you're looking for? Do you foul Lemarion Sherwood? Where do you go here? Do you try and get the quick steal?
I'm putting that freshman on the line. I'm putting that pressure on him. He's new. He's never been here. Yes, he had a hot night, but we just seen him miss one, and he's going to go back up there. Knees trembling, elbows a little tight. You know, the rim looking a little small. I'm putting that freshman up there. I'm going to see what he's made of tonight. I'm fouling him right off the bat. I even might tell him to foul him a little bit harder than what you usually would, just to air him a little bit. Yes.
Give him a couple of words. Make sure you go pull on his shorts a little bit.
Absolutely.
Words to him ahead of it.
I might call a timeout. I might ice the shooter.
St. John's with no timeouts. Iowa still with one here. Great coaching here. Let's see what goes on. 13 seconds here. Van Arsdale going to be fouled here. Van Arsdale has not shot a free throw here tonight. He's going to go to the line and see what he can do. Normally, pretty good free throw shooter. 72% on the season. He's going to put up the first one. It's good. That's probably going to do it. 4-point game.
That was a big-time shot. They needed that to go in. But there's a lot of time left, yo. So if they can get a quick bucket and get a foul, we still got a long game ahead of us. Let's see what they do.
5-point game, Shea King here. He's going to drop it down low. They burn too much clock, Jay.
Too much time. Too much time. Too much time.
Iowa survives. This is what you wanted to see. You asked for it, Sniper. The rest of the country wanted to see the same. What would Iowa do against another top-tier team? in a close game. They pull it out. They fight it off late. Shout out to everyone that tuned in for us. We had a great matchup. Game of the week was good, as it always is. Make sure that you are locked in with us tomorrow. We will be broadcasting on ESPN, Ohio State VCU, followed by Rutgers and Temple getting some action. For myself and for Jay Sniper, SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Thanks for joining us.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld.